What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Impel Forward podcast. And tonight we are live. No pre-record. We are live. As you can see, I'm your co-host Leon, and no, I'm your host Leon. My co-host Renee is not with me right now. She says she may join. I don't know. She'd rather turn her light on and give out candy than talk about the most important time of the year. So she say the election is the most important time of the year. And she's not here. She'd rather pass out candy. So she said she might join. I don't know. But I'm here. I got a couple of guests who's going to join me in a few. And we're going to talk about a couple of things. Politics. Will America fall? Why are black people scared? What's going on in this climate of politics, the election, Trump, Harris, all that stuff? We just go listen to a couple of opinions and go from there. So I'm waiting on a couple of my guests to tap in and trying to get some people on to talk about this matter. And we'll go from there. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. And comment. I want to hear your questions. I want to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Brent, what's going on, my brother?
What's going on, Leon?
You doing all right?
I'm doing good, man. I might have to leave you early to hand out candy, like your co-host.
Oh, yeah.
I'm out on the West Coast in Arizona. We haven't even started trick or treating yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, so what time is it out there?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. So introduce yourself, Brent.
My name is Brent. Brent Thomas. I'm originally from North Carolina. Now I'm out here living in Phoenix, Arizona. Been out here for about 8 years. I work in the restaurant industry, do some real estate, and I do some Turo car rentals as well.
Okay, you're doing a little bit of everything. And I got my man KP to just join me. Welcome to the Impel Forward podcast. What's going on, brother?
Man, what's going on, brother?
You doing all right?
I'm doing good, man. How are you
Introduce
today?
yourself. Let the people know who you are.
I'm KP, man. Originally, I'm from Louisiana. Been living here in North Carolina for the last 2 years. Been in the healthcare industry for about the last 20 years, and so that's just everything.
Okay, there she goes. Did you turn? I was talking junk about you. I don't know if you heard.
Were you?
Yeah.
Were you lying though?
I ain't lying. You said you was turning the light on, passing out candy. I think you know what you said.
Anyways, good people. I said I might join. Send me the link, right?
Yeah.
I left the candy bucket outside on the porch, flipped the light on, and was like, "Nah, you're not gonna nickel and dime my house, my electricity," as my mom would say. You ain't gonna have me going to the door, opening and closing the door, making my electricity high. So here we are.
So here we are. Now, my first question is, I want to know why ain't nobody voting for Cornel West? That's my first question. Cornel West is out there. Why ain't nobody voting for the black man, Cornel West now?
Well, how you know we didn't?
I know two people who did.
That must have been a protest vote.
Right. Exactly. He didn't even vote for himself. Get out of here.
Right.
Why would you call it a protest vote, KP?
Well, people that tend to have a conscience and say, well, you know what, I can't vote for Kamala for XYZ, and I can't vote for Trump for the obvious. So, and I'm tired of this two-party system, right? So, so when they vote Green Party or a third party or something like that, that's the signifying that protest vote. So,
okay. I would agree with that. It's like the Jill Stein voters.
Yeah, the problem with them is they have no, it's more of libertarian, and they only show up every 4 years, and there's no work being done in the first 3 years. So when So now I'm finally glad people are starting to question and push back, and you can kind of see them you squirming in there, especially Jill Stein starting to squirm in her pants a little bit. Or Maria, what's the other one name? God.
You know better than I do.
I can't remember. Yeah. I think most recently people are questioning Jill Stein is because didn't David Duke endorse her?
Yeah, Whoa. He endorsed her because he felt like I guess he felt like Trump kicked him out of the out of the
Trump
party.
Out of the party.
Yeah, I guess I'm giving him an excuse.
He said his views were very they had the same views. They were aligned with what he agrees with.
He definitely said that last time when he was running. But yeah, I'm very aware of David Duke. David Duke in the state of Louisiana got combined almost 1 million votes, right? And you're talking openly platform of racism. And this month, he got almost 1 million votes, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of that stuff has been, I guess has been proven, but I don't know why he would vote for, why did he vote third party? That one's baffling. It's actually funny, but I don't really know the reason. But I have I've seen this man on the highways in Louisiana. And that's
hold on for a minute.
Yeah.
Lewis, what's going on, my brother?
Hi, Lewis.
You on mute. Unmute your mic.
There it is. How's it going?
And flip your phone to the side. Like flip it.
What? Let me get the flip thing.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's you go. Better. Now you the whole screen. Now what they're talking about is I asked them why isn't anybody voting for Cornel West, and then that was my question. That was my first question.
Oh, see, that's a North Carolina question.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm in where what used to be a battleground state, but it's been trending unfortunately red a little while here in Florida, but we'll see if we can change that soon.
Oh, you're in Florida?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I love that. I mean,
Yeah, I know. I get it.
She love it, but
I like Florida. It's a beautiful place to visit, right?
It is.
Politics aside, it's a beautiful place to visit, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and get to the real question. I know ain't nobody vote for Cornel West, so I know some people are voting for Cornel West. I've heard, so that I guess it was a real question.
When you ask your question, I have a follow-up question. Before you do that, I want to know, because I don't know you guys, of course. How many of you guys are married or in a relationship, serious relationship?
I would
2, 3, 4. Okay, all you guys. Perfect. Okay. That's all I wanted to know. You can go ahead and ask because
I already know you go. I already know where you're going with that. Your question coming. I already know.
The Aquarius thing in us. We back and forth with that. So go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and start with Brent. Brent, what is the most important thing to you when it comes to the policies of who you're voting for?
Economics.
Economics.
Who can put the most money in my pocket for me to be able to take care of my family? Who's going to, really it's just that economics, right? Who's going to have the policies that's not going to take money away, that's not going to overtax, that's going to provide the most money in my pockets for me to be able to take care of my family.
Right.
Is that instant gratification, or are you looking for eventually it'll get there? If that question makes sense, right? Because we know off the bat it's not going to happen. So are you looking for instant gratification, or are you looking,
Well, I think in a short period of time, like 4 years, it's not necessarily going to happen, right? You've got to be able to see those policies and what they're going to lead to down the road.
Okay.
Right. So what they're putting in place, how is that going to affect us long term?
Okay.
So those type of things. I mean, instant gratification would be great, but I understand that that's not really realistic. So it's more of trying to look at the policies that they put in place and trying to anticipate what effects, both negative and positive, those effects will have on the long run for when my child grows up.
I can respect that.
Now, Renee, when you say instant gratification, are you referring to the checks Trump gave out with his name on it?
First of all, he didn't give those out.
I know, right?
But what I am no, because I on both sides, they talk about economics, right? They know it's inflation right now. Everything is very expensive, right? If you look at your grocery bill from, we could say 2020 or 2019, and if you look at it now, you're buying the same thing, it is grossly higher, right? And both candidates are speaking on, one is speaking to the middle class and the reduction in costs and fees and taxes and everything, so that you can be able to afford your family, afford things for your family, and be able to live based on the income you have right now. And then you have, on the other hand, someone kind of not necessarily, well, his concepts of a plan where we know it's going to take a while, so we're going to have to pretty much what was said, and I can't verify it's true, just hearing the recordings, is that we're going to go through pretty much the trenches before we get better. I don't know
what right?
Are, because if he's leaving Elon in charge, that's what he said, Elon will be a part of his team, and Elon knows money just like he does, right? Because that's why he's a billionaire and he's made money. Elon did speak to, if he's put in place, he knows that there's going to have to be a downfall before it gets better, and people need to be okay with that. So that's the reason why I'm asking, are we looking, my answer, are you looking for instant gratification? Not saying it will happen, but that is a part of her plan. Now, the other side, the concept of a plan, is speaking of hitting rock bottom before we get better. I don't want to hit rock bottom. That's my thing. So that's the reason why I'm asking.
There's a lot of people already at rock bottom.
Yes, they are.
Some due to our own causes, but go ahead, KP.
For me, it's really not about the economics, but policies within the economics. I'm going to make money no matter who's in the office. That's just the raw facts of it. And for me, it's more of a selfless act. It's not about, my vote is not about me and what can my pocket grow, but how can our community grow and the things that are put in place to help the people around me grow. And so I'm a registered independent, but I can go either way simply because I don't have a permanent party. I just got permanent interests. Mm-hmm. And when I see interests in things that appeals to me and my community, then that's the way I go, because I do understand that a lot of times that stuff is not going to trickle down to me, and I'm fine with that. That's why I roll up my own sleeves and get it. But I'm more concerned about the community as a whole and how things will be more easily accessible for them. And so when I look at Trump's no plan of anything other than doom and gloom, I hear what Kamala and Tim Walz are saying, right? And so now, how are they going to get these things enacted and get them passed through Congress? Hey, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But when I hear about these tax credits, right? When I hear about these business loans or these business tax credits or the down payment assistance for people to get homes, I know that's how we generate generational wealth. And so, or even the sandwich generation, when they're talking about allowing Medicare to have elder care. You see, that's big. Look like we're all about the same age. I don't have to take care of my mother at this point, but I'm pretty sure those things happen. I've dated people that's taking care of elderly parents, and that's stressful, man, especially when you don't have the means to pay for it and you're actually trying to look for sources and programs to help. She's speaking to that generation that I know that it will benefit our community, because most of us can't afford to put our elderly parents or uncles into these homes. And so being able to keep them at their home while receiving care is big. That's, again, doesn't benefit me, but I know it benefits the community. So for me, it's all about what benefits the community. And the other thing is the court system. I hope that if Kamala wins, that I'm looking for another Supreme Court justice to be added to the bench. It's still in the same 9, but I think one of them is probably only got to go. But if not, more important to me than the Supreme Court is the lower courts, the appellate court, the circuit fifth judge, all those courts. That's where my people, we're going to see these, we're going to end up in front of these people. And I want somebody there that have a conscience of a heart, or somebody that's going to apply the law equally. And because I know that if they're coming from a Republican side of law, it's kind of tainted, right? But if someone is coming from the other side, it gives us a fair chance.
Yeah,
I don't plan on being in front of them, but I may end up in the case that may end up there, right? Whether it's a civil or an appellate, I may end up in a civil trial, and I will want someone there that that Joe Biden or Kamala have appointed into those lower courts,
and a jury of your peers.
There you, jury of my peers. Correct.
Jury of your peers. Renee will be there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, a little long answer, but
That's good. You good? What's going on, Lewis?
To kind of piggyback off of the courts and the Supreme Court, I'm a father of 3 girls. Well, women now. I'm a grandfather. I just became a grandfather 2 months ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's what's up.
So to me, my biggest issue is not necessarily the abortion issue that's going on, but just the nitpicking, kind of like the drop that eventually made a hole on the rock. It starts with, we're going to allow the states to determine reproductive rights, and that's the drop that just keeps dripping, and then eventually it's going to turn into some kind of Handmaid's Tale thing, and that's my ultimate fear down the line. Because like KP, knowing that I'm older, I'm not going to be around forever. So the way that I'm voting now isn't the way that I voted when I was 18. In the Marine Corps, I had different views, different mindset. So now I'm kind of voting for my children or my grandchildren, and being in the Marine Corps and fighting for those rights that are trying to be infringed on. It doesn't sit well to me. I mean, you can have the best economic policy, and you can want to build a 100-foot wall to not allow immigrants to come in. All that stuff is fine, but if you're going to start to infringe on our rights, all that stuff doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It'll be kind of like an idea of freedom. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I can't see past that.
It's like rewriting history a different way, right?
Correct.
I get that. And yeah, Handmaid's Tales is not something we want.
No.
So
not only that, he said something like the Supreme Court kicked it back to the lower courts. I mean, kicked it back to the states, the Dobbs decision. And if you're a person of color, and anytime you hear those words, states' rights, you need to you need to either run and fight or run and find somewhere else to live. When you ever hear those words, states' rights, because when you leave those patriot citizens to their own devices, is not going to be good for you.
Wait, when you hear states' rights, we shouldn't want the states to make their own decisions?
It depends. It depends on the topic or whatever the issue is. I think that when it comes to states' rights for other things, that can be argued. But I'm saying when it comes to states' rights into civil situation or a personal decision-making situation or economic situation, then there's a reason why there's government oversight over there for a reason. Yeah. And history has borne that out, has told us that they need oversight because they don't tend to make the right decisions based off the will and the Democrat, which is majority rule of what the people want. It becomes more of a dictatorship at that point. Now, this is what it is. I care less that the majority wants this. This is what we want. And that's what state right does.
I think the reason I ask or even challenge that point is because I prefer less government and for more things to be at the state level, because that's where it really matters and where we really make our mark at
It
versus the
depends on that
national
thing.
level.
Right.
Yeah, I
it
think
depends
it
on that
depends
thing.
on-
Whatever. Like, for instance, give me a for instance.
Hold on. Let me finish this point. Go ahead.
Mhm.
No,
Go
no,
ahead,
that's fine. Like, just because that's where we live at, right? That's where we have the opportunity to make the biggest impact is in our local communities. So I agree that you have it at the state level, and then you have the national government that's kind of acting as the overseer, which I like that process. But when too many things get in the hands of the national government, I think we have an issue.
Yeah.
From my perspective.
Right. I would agree that too much of anything is not good, and I would agree to that. I think me and Lewis is simply saying based off of lived experience and based off of studied history, when I hear states' rights as a person of color, I got my antennas up. And I don't want more of it. I don't want less of it. I just want oversight and control and a voice in both situations. But more importantly, if we're gonna argue the affirmative or whatever for states' rights, just whatever it is, I would like to know what you think they would do when states' rights. Like, give me an example. Do you think that the states should, in the way that they've done out of the 20 states, the abortion bans that they have implemented, because now it's states' rights? Do you agree with that?
I don't necessarily agree that abortion should be banned, but I do think that the states now with the abolishment of Roe v. Wade, that the states should vote. Like in Arizona, I just voted today, and we had the ability to vote on what our new abortion bill would be, and I think that's fair, and I think that's okay. I don't have an issue with that.
So
I think.
things,
I'm sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah,
let
one
Lewis
of the
finish.
things, I guess, being a woman, right? Being a woman, and I'm older now, and kids are just not for me. But
Okay.
for other women, such as Luis talked about his 3 daughters and being, a recent grandpa, and down the line, and even KP and even Leon. I'm gonna tell you, as a Black woman, it's already hard enough advocating for ourselves for basic health care.
Absolutely.
I asked my doctor, a white young lady, very sweet, very kind, for something simple, and she flat out and told me no. And it wasn't something detrimental. It wasn't anything. It was just like, no. So I had to, although she said no, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to set up another appointment, and she's my primary care provider. I'm going to go to somebody else in the same building, because you can do that, right? So I went to a Black woman. And asked her the same question. And she said, oh, she said when she walked in, I knew exactly what you wanted. And I already sent a referral over to a specialist, but I did you one better. Instead of sending one over to one because they're backed up, I made it open so that if anybody has an appointment, if any specialist in what you're looking for is open, you can get an appointment sooner than your previous doctor. I mean, the previous specialist who handled that. And I said, wow. And she said, I don't understand why you just couldn't message that specialist and set up an appointment. I said, you know what? My doctor blocked me on Duke My Chart. So I can't email that specialist and set up an appointment. I have to go through her. So I paid her a $200 copay for her to tell me no, to pay another $200 copay for somebody to tell me yes, and the appointment took 10 minutes because I had to advocate for myself. So just for something, if you think about it, just for something basic, and what I'm asking for, and I mean basic, it is hard enough to even do that. So just imagine at a level of a woman's reproduction system and having issues with being able to carry, or trying to understand what went wrong or anything, and then have to wait.
Hormones,
all of that, have to wait, because the doctor is scared or doesn't want to lose his license for helping you, and you have to go through all these things. And just imagine, they're not just judges for this issue, they're judges for all issues.
Absolutely.
So you're not even guaranteed to get an answer right then and there, or a court date, or anything at that time, because they're already backlogged as is. And then if this goes into effect, they're going to be even more backlogged. So
I like what KP said when it came to when they kick it back to the states. If you look at the electoral map, you have your solid blues and you have your reds. There are a lot of red states. So when Trump says we're gonna allow the states to make their own decisions, he knows what he's doing.
Right.
You know, he knows that the majority of the U.S., even though the way the presidency is won with the electoral college doesn't pertain to how policies in the states work. When it comes to the states, majority rules. That doesn't happen with the presidential election. So he understood, I could put these guys into the Supreme Court, kill Roe v. Wade, push it to the states, and we get what we want. But we make it look like it's a democratic decision.
Right.
And I just don't.
You're right. It's just false. I mean,
I think also is, Louis, specifically, you're implying that specifically with abortion is just because the state is red that they're going to vote to ban abortion, and that's not necessarily true, because there are a lot of people. The more the country, I believe, is more in the center than all the way right or all the way left. So most people have the thought process to understand that, okay, we don't need an abortion ban, but we would also like to have the ability to vote on some of these things and not have the government of people who don't even live in our state make those decisions for us.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it was my fault to make a general statement with red means anti-abortion. But do you agree that the majority of people that go to the ballot box that are Trump supporters, or just not necessarily a Trump supporter, but a Republican, will vote according to their along party lines, even though they're more centrist? Like I consider myself more centrist on a lot of issues, but on this one, I run the other way. So when a lot of those folks go to vote, I just can't see them saying, on this issue, I'm going to go against my party. Some may, but on this, I just don't like. I just don't even want to give them the chance. You know what I mean? It's tough.
Does anybody know particularly why this abortion thing is such a big deal?
Christian nationalism.
Yeah.
I think JD.
Hold on, Leon. When you say a big issue, what you're talking about from America, you're saying from like what is the end goal and what is the end goal, or
not the end goal? I just think it should be choice.
So you're saying why was it even a topic in the first place for them?
Yeah, why is the whole campaign built around abortion?
Right.
Yeah. I feel that JD Vance was a choice made by Trump because of his background in that Christian nationalism,
right?
Where they take reproduction not as a right, but something that God intended for the woman to do, and they'll take it to the extreme, to where they feel that if God wanted this is the way it should be, regardless of our First Amendment. With practicing whatever religion you would like. So I think JD was because they knew that Democrats were going to run on this, knowing what.
Right. And to
So
emphasize your point, it was they knew when they looked at the exit polls from the midterms in 2022 when they got it handed to them, they knew that issue was the one front and center. So they knew that in this particular election, this election, he had to go get JD Vance. It's like Lewis said, because they probably looked at the exit polls from 2022 and they were like, okay, we need to get ahead of this and we need to be strong on it.
Let me ask you this. Speaking of segueing into JD Vance, but I'm going to come back to that other question. Do you think that he was the best pick for Trump?
Me personally, I don't give a shit. Well,
I'm going to see my thoughts.
I got to catch myself.
Go ahead.
We are a free podcast, KP.
Me personally, I don't give. Listen, I don't give a shit because I don't care for him anyway. I don't care for when I look.
You don't like JD, KP?
No, I don't
I'm a Marine. I don't like JD.
Yeah, I don't like the sniveling. I don't like the Matt Gates, the sniveling looking nerds that's very condescending when they're talking to you. The ones that looks like though they were bullies, like eat it, nerd. You know, I don't like them dudes because I know them dudes can't survive in my world, mano y mano, right? So they're only hiding behind that. I don't like them. Forget them.
Okay.
I think when the choice came up, I really thought that he would pick someone like a Marco Rubio. But if you look at the polls in Florida, picking a Marco Rubio was kind of a throwaway. He wanted to get someone that was more of a Midwestern, because you need that that steel wall, of Michigan, Wisconsin. You need someone to speak to those people.
I mean, I would have liked to have seen him pick Tulsi Gabbard instead. I had never heard of JD Vance in my life until Trump picked him. But I understand why he picked him. Like Louis said, from the Midwest, military background, grew up with a mother that was on opioids, so grew up in the sticks, and then made it out of it, went to Harvard. So it's a good story that a lot of people can relate to, and it would appeal to a majority of people in the area that they're looking to really to get in those battleground states.
Right. Yeah, and it kills the argument that Trump doesn't appeal to those those lesser wealthier Caucasians in the Midwest. So JD Vance would kind of be like, look, I'm like you. I came from the bottom and I made it. So it was more.
It's very you wouldn't think that, but Leon, how do you feel?
I don't know nothing about him. Look, KP, look, Brent and Louise, they may not know, but KP listen, KP and Renee know. Politics, this is my first time ever digging this deep into politics. I never paid attention to it. Don't really care. And I ain't gonna say I don't care now, but the thing is, what KP said earlier, I'm gonna do what I got to do regardless who's in office.
Right.
That's the way I
right. Yeah. What happened in the White House shouldn't determine what happens in your house.
That is true. Right. I'm gonna tell you my theory on JD Vance, and I don't know. I just think about it because he's a flip flopper, right? Yeah. Flip flops.
But that's politics.
I know it's politics, but whether you're a flip flopper in politics, that means you're a leaf in real life. I gotta accept you for who you are, right?
But wait, hold on, Renee. Before you make this point, yes, it's politics, Brent. But when it's how you flip flop. When you flip flop on your manhood, when Trump look at you on a stage and he said, "Nobody kisses my ass more than JD Vance," and you turn around and kiss his ass even more to become his vice president. As a man, you should never defend that. I could never defend that. That's the point. So if you flip flop on fracking to non-fracking, all right, that's a policy issue. But a man issue, that man telling you how much he sat there.
Did that happen?
Yes, he did.
He said
nobody kisses my ass more than JD.
And then when JD Vance was called out on the things that he said about Trump and the things that he wrote about Trump, he stood there and say, "I was wrong. I was wrong." No, you wasn't.
It goes down the line. You got Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz. You got all these guys that he went after their wife.
Right.
And I'm like, I feel bad for their wives.
Right.
So my theory on JD Vance, and I could be wrong, but once a flip flopper, always a flip flopper, and there's some trust issues I see in that. Right. I feel like if the reason why he is going so hard and he wants to get in is because if Trump were elected, that he was going to find a way to say that he was senile and delusional, dementia, and he's going to
use the 25th Amendment on him. Mm-hmm. You think the long play is the 25th Amendment, all right?
Like everyone thought that Biden was going to do with Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he couldn't do it. She would have to do it on him.
Yeah.
Right. But that's my theory that he's going to get it. I mean, if he were to win.
I think that we know the Republicans play the long game.
Yeah.
And they're very strategic in their movement. I think that you're on to something with that. I think that in those same lines that the whole play of having JD Vance is he's the next one up. And having him sit next to Trump, even win or lose in the next 4 years, he won't be unknown like you guys, like you say, Brent said, I didn't even know the guy. See, in the next 4 years, you're going to know who he is. Yeah, I mean, he's very well spoken, and he tries to cross over from the book he wrote, Hillbilly Elegy, right? He wrote this book, right, to appeal to the Midwesterners, the oxycodone people, you know, the drug addict, like he said, his mom. He wrote that, but he don't live that, right? No. So if he was in our community, we would know who he is. We would call him out. So I think that he's been propped up to become the next, like it's what you're saying, Renee. And the truth is, they will say that they will try to use the 25th Amendment, but they wouldn't need to use the 25th Amendment to prove that Trump is senile. They would just have to play his words back to him.
100%. But that is definitely my theory on this whole situation, because it's just the way it looks. You don't really see them together. They don't, they're not traveling together. I mean, he praises Elon Musk more than he does JD Vance. I'm with Tim Walz on that. Your running mate Elon over here.
Right. He got him jumping on him
like a crazy person.
All right, you got to follow the money, and Musk is where the money's at. But I think that JD was also like, even if the 25th Amendment thing doesn't happen, I think that it was like a long game pick where Trump feels that he will continue to carry that MAGA mentality, even more so than, because I thought that when DeSantis was running that he would be that next MAGA guy, but I think Trump doesn't like DeSantis.
Yeah,
so he was like, no.
He likes him, but when he's competing against him, he
didn't kiss his ass as much. That's why after he lost, after he lost, he was like, are you going to pucker up and kiss it or not? All right, next guy.
Right. So let me ask y'all this: I don't, as far as Kamala running the country.
Ooh, what's her name?
I'm gonna tell you what. Look, I'm gonna tell you why I said it. What's her name? See, Brent called her Kamala earlier. You didn't hear him. He called her Kamala. That's why Brent. When I call her Kamala, they go crazy when I say Kamala.
I would venture. Was that on purpose, Brent?
No, that's what he called her.
Yeah.
No, he answered yes. That was on purpose.
I heard somebody call her. You are. Hey, look, I heard somebody else call her Kamala too today. Again, people will call her anyway. Now, see, now you got me back on that, Renee.
That's a 4'11" person.
Let me call her Kamala.
I was messing with you, Leon.
Huh?
I was messing with you.
Let me Renee, you made me forget my question. Oh,
all right, go ahead.
Yeah. Do we think Kamala is fit to run the country as a woman?
No.
Yes.
As a woman?
No.
Why does it matter?
It shouldn't matter.
I don't think it's the woman part.
Hold on. I'm asking questions. Okay. Wait a minute, not particular for me. I'm asking questions that people are asking. I don't, like I said, whoever's in the office, I don't. I want to hear.
I want to hear from those who said no. I'm curious.
I wouldn't say because she's a woman. I'm gonna say no, but I wouldn't say it's because she's a woman. So I lived in California and I voted for her when I lived in California, and watching what happened and the experience I had there, I'll never vote for a California politician to run the country. That's just really my stance. It's those I don't want those policies to go nationwide. I don't want those policies.
Why you people leave in California?
What was that?
Hold on, Sean. Go ahead, Brent.
People leave in California.
Yeah. So I mean, and I left California. I mean, the property taxes are extremely high. Homelessness is rampant, and a lot of that goes to the policies that were put in place that were supposed to help people. And what happened was the effect of those policies long term ended up not to be as positive as we thought they would be when they began. So looking at just the turmoil that's there, it's difficult to raise a family there. I have family that lives there right now, and for a starter home, it's $1 million, and it's just a little shack. I do not want those policies to ever go nationwide. I don't want my children to grow up in that type of environment. and that's why I'll never vote for a California politician ever to run the country. It has nothing to do with her being a woman.
Yeah. Now let me reiterate. That's
Yeah.
some people's thoughts, and it's not my thought because like I said, I don't.
Right.
Whoever's in
Yeah.
the office is gonna be in the office. I'm asking that
Yeah.
question because I hear some people say that. But we have
Now-
Sean. My question. Go ahead.
I was going to add to that. Now, I don't necessarily think the whole national part is as big. Like I said earlier, like what happens in the White House shouldn't determine what happens in my house. But living in California was the first time I was like, whoa, this is a different type of beast, because I lived in North Carolina, grew up there.
Oh yeah, you went from a conservative state to
Georgia,
a very liberal state.
Then I went to California.
Yeah.
I went to conservative, then all blue, and I was excited to go there. I was like, oh, it's all blue. This is about to be great. And it was a tough experience, and I got up out of there.
All right, Sean, what's going on, Sean? Glad you could join us. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, boss.
Sean.
I can hear you. Doc.
Yeah. So what is your take on Kamala Harris running the country? Kamala Harris running the country.
Thank
Yeah, that's the name.
She running the country now. That's all you need to be said. She running the country now. Or if she's not running, who's running it? Well, somebody got to be running it the last 4 years.
The president, maybe.
Right.
So why, if the president was running again, why they kick the president off and put her in the place? If he was running it.
They didn't kick him off. He stepped down. That Sunday, mission. I mean, I don't care what happened in the background. All I care is what I see. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And what we can prove is he did a press conference on Sunday stepping down. Now, what happened in the background?
Did he step down before or after that debate that he got destroyed in?
Well, listen, that was
yes or no.
There was that was elderly abuse, if anything. It was elderly abuse.
Did he step down before or after that debate? And it's been done 3.5 years. We have seen him over that 3.5 years. Did he step down after that debate or before?
But it shouldn't matter. He stepped down.
But hold on, Sean. Let me state first. I don't give two
shits
about Biden.
I knew we won't get answers. I do this all the time. It won't never get answers, boss.
No. I'm gonna answer you. I'm gonna answer, but I don't understand it. So can you be more
because you're saying he didn't step down. They threw him off and they put her in place of him. That's all they did. With no primaries, nobody voted for her. Who voted for her?
They did vote for her because she's on the ticket. 14 million people voted for the Biden.
They did.
Harris.
So did she go through primary? Did she go through a primary?
Biden, Harris.
That's a question. That's a no, man.
They're the incumbent.
Did she go through a primary? Yes or no?
Is she
that's why I can't do it, man. That's why I can't do it, man. They not gonna get answers.
I'll answer for you, Stein. No, she didn't go through a primary.
She did not go through a primary. That means nobody, the people, hold on, bro. The American people did not vote for her at all. Zero. That's democracy. That's the key word of democracy, bro. They keep saying Trump gonna kill it, but she did exactly what they said democracy is. On definition, she has been thrown in there. Nobody voted for her.
Okay.
So that's the end of the case. That means we know she's not fit to run. That's it, man. She got thrown there. If they did that for the Republican, man, y'all would have a fit.
So let's say no one. Hold on. Let's say I'll agree with you, Sean. Let's say
like that, y'all would have a fit, man.
Let's say no one voted for her for the primary. There was no primary. Perfect.
None. Right.
I'll give you that one. But let's say. No, okay, they didn't. Let's say that I'll give you that they didn't. Right. So that means that come November 5th, those people shouldn't vote for her because she didn't get any votes according to you for the primary.
No, because Democrat people are blind. We know they didn't vote her. They threw her in the way on purpose.
She's already a political. She's the vice president.
Renee.
Okay. So she don't have to go through. So nobody had to go through primary. That's what we saying that.
If the president steps down, what is the vice president's job? Can somebody tell me?
No, you got to go through primary. Period.
Work at the behest.
No.
I can tell you, the vice president work at the behest of the president. Every duties that are relegated to them by the president, they can't take it upon themselves. I mean, that's civics 101, guys.
I mean, regardless.
No, they can't take it to what? Wait, they can't take it to what?
No, I said that's civics 101. The vice
What did you
president
say?
has no power, has no authority other than the tie-breaking vote in the Senate or whatever.
So Sean, if Biden and Kamala were to not be in the picture, does the general that takes over, or the Secretary of State that takes over, do they have to go through the primary?
Good question. There you go, Lewis. Lewis is looking at his
president has to go to the primary.
They wouldn't have to go to the primary because it's already written in law,
right?
That's the chain of command.
You got to go through primary.
No, you do not.
Man, we can look it up, man.
Sir.
We can look it up.
We could.
We're not going.
Hold on, KP. So hold on. Wait a minute. So Sean, okay, even if she did or didn't, she's there now. What, as far as you voting for Trump, what do you like about his policies?
His concepts.
Of them.
Can you hear me, Sean? Sean.
Who you talking to?
You, Sean.
So I'm breaking up. What'd you say?
I said she's there now.
Say it again.
Regardless of, I said she's there now.
I'm on the highway, man.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you, but you're breaking up. Go ahead.
I said she's there now, regardless of how she got there.
I can hear.
What is your why are you voting for Trump?
Why I'm voting for Trump?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm voting for Trump because I don't want Kamala to win. But I got reasons though. But I don't have to have reasons because they won't have reasons. They don't have reasons.
We can go one for one. I'll give you one reason. I'll give you one reason. You give me one. We can go one for one.
I'll give the other team.
Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Luis.
Oh, the one that I mentioned in the beginning, reproductive rights. So,
my God, you're a man saying this, boss.
I'm a man with 3 daughters, sir. So yes,
it don't matter. So you ready to kill the baby?
Of course, it's important to me.
So you're a murderer.
So
you're a murderer.
Time out. Can I ask a question?
No, you're a murderer.
What are you talking about? Going to do with reproductive rights?
Sean,
that man said reproductive rights.
Let Brent. What's your question, Brent?
Yeah. What exactly? This series. What do you think she's going to do with reproductive rights? If
nothing,
if the Supreme Court is the same Supreme Court that threw Roe v. Wade out and sent it back to the states. What is the new president possibly going to do to reinstill Roe v. Wade?
KP alluded to this earlier with in introducing another Supreme Court justice, we also don't know if they can also go the route. I don't want it to go that route, but they can also think about packing the court to then reverse it, and then hope. Or I wouldn't even say hope, but lean on the fact that Republicans could make it very difficult for Republicans to win another election to be able to then introduce another Supreme Court justice.
I think Congress would increase the number of justices allowed just to try to get Roe v. Wade implemented back. I mean, I think abortion is a non-issue.
That's a non-issue for the country.
It's never gonna be banned in the country.
But I'm not the country. I'm not the country. I'm me.
So when have it banned now, where
21 states have it. Yeah, 21 states has it banned.
It's not banned, man. Stop, man.
Stop, man. And I feel like the abortion talk.
Type of banned at a certain limit, not fully banned. Like
where did Trump
ban abortion? Brent, are scared to initiate it because they don't want to lose their license because it's such a gray area right now. So they are not admitting women and they're refusing to service them or even see them as it pertains to that. There's been cases most recently where women. Matter of fact, most recent, where a woman was hemorrhaging and she needed to get an abortion, and the doctor refused her. So
and then running to the answer of, are you a murderer?
I didn't say
Abortion
that.
rights, abortion. No, not you, not you. Not you. That's what they always run to. But it could also be my last daughter, the one that's 11 years old right now. She was IVF, and if I didn't have access to that, I wouldn't have my third daughter. So there's a lot of things.
Hold on, man.
that have to do.
Trump ain't said nothing. Trump ain't never. Hold on, let me talk, man. He ain't never said he would ban no abortion, man. Let's stop that, man. He never said that. He said the long term, man. That's all he said, man. Where we getting it from? Find it. Yo, Leon, when we talking, man, I like to do facts. We're gonna do fact checking. We're gonna do videos out his mouth, not what something they heard.
Sean,
when did he say he was against abortion?
We want to be able to have a peaceful conversation.
I don't want no woman talking to me right now.
Trump don't know you that
well. All you need to know. That's why I ain't saying.
Unfortunately, this is a podcast that is hosted by a man and a woman. So you're gonna have to accept that.
All right, Sean. We're here for conversation, so you're gonna have to listen to a woman talk. All right, moving on from abortion, because that's a I guess that's a hot topic. Hot topic. With here and in the election. I don't know why, but now some people say presidents are chosen and not by votes. Have y'all heard people say that before?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Trump's the perfect example. Yeah, Trump's the perfect example.
Right. This nigga, awesome man.
So do you? With the I asked this question on the last podcast, and some people, someone said that being that a lot of people don't know or familiar with Project 2025, that I shouldn't ask it, but and the reason I asked it is because people are bringing it up but don't really know anything about it. Some people saying it's been around for longer than a couple of years. I heard somebody say it's been around for 40 years. So my question is, yeah. So my question is,
2025?
Yeah. So my question is, you said, what'd you say, Brent?
You said Project 2025 has been around for like 40 years?
It's been around for a long time. It just recently been updated in 2023.
So my question is this right here. If it's been around that long, why are we putting it on Trump and saying it's his Project 2025?
Because CNN said it.
Because he has relationships with the Heritage House, which which created Project 2025.
And about over 100 people of his cabinet members actually contribute to I can't tell you how long it's been around, but I can tell you that the ideas and the things that's written in print is definitely some of his cabinet and some of his advisors doing. So that's why it ties to him, and it's part of the Republican agenda. If you just read the stuff, it reads Republican all day, right? So it's not so if he's going to run as a Republican, then you're going to have to take the good with the bad. The Heritage Foundation's been around since the 70s, so yeah, you got to take the good with the bad. No different than some of the stuff the Democrats have to own that Brent may bring up. They got to own that.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that, it happens on the right and the left. That, like, as hard as they've been hitting with the Project 2025, the left does it a lot as well. They'll pick something and they'll just run with it. I personally don't feel that Trump is 100% for the policies that are written on Project 2025, but I'm not saying that he's 0% against it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just feel like
I agree with you on that, Louise. I do.
Yeah.
I think that, and for the
knows.
reasons of, I think he's too stupid to understand it. And
there we go.
I said the same thing.
Yeah,
I don't think he knows. He said it in the debate, right? It's like 1 minute, oh, I never read it. Oh, it has some good things in it. Oh, but I don't know. I don't know those people. But you know, it sounds like they have some. It's like, did you read it or did you not, sir?
They're getting these things out there in front of him because you can hear it come out in his rhetoric. So he's aware of it, and I mean, listen, he can't separate himself from anybody with common sense. Know that that's gonna. You got to listen. You got to own that one. That's you. That's your people, and that's your party.
Hold on. Wait a minute. But that goes back to my question. Like, how can you put it on him when it's been around for so long?
So, I mean, I get it. I think the reason Project 2025 is brought up so much is just a manipulation tactic, a scare tactic. And it's politics. At the end of the day, it's politics. Many blood-sucking creatures, right? So they take something, they create fear, they throw it out there. Project 2025, this awful thing that Trump has created, and it's just to get more votes and things like that. It's just a manipulation tactic.
Because we don't know a lot of that stuff.
So according to Brent, we should not take the Christian white national soldiers at their word when they're telling us what they're going to do, when they have shown us what they're going to do. You can sit idle and not take them at their word, but I, for one, viewing history, I tend to take them at his word. I agree with you that there are things thrown out there as a diversion, as tactics or stare. I listen, 100% agree with you. This ain't that. They mean this shit.
Have you all looked at Project 2025?
I looked at it.
It's long. It's like 900 pages.
Yeah, it's a lot of pages.
Yeah, it is, but it's the policies that are in there.
What were some of the things that stood out when you went through Project 2025 that were like, oh, hell no, I can't have this?
It depends on what you're looking at. Let's just say for me, this has nothing to do with me, but let's just talk about the government jobs that they're talking about replacing that they already got applications for. I'm from Louisiana. We don't have people that work in government jobs that look like us. And so when I moved here, I met a lot of people that in DC, Virginia, and all that, they work for the government. You know, they got these good paying jobs. Well, those particular jobs in Project 2025 are going to, and because it's predominantly a lot of Black people that have those jobs, in Project 2025, they're talking about replacing those jobs with sycophants, right? People that are Trump, Republican, strong on, you know, and they openly said this, right? And so they'll be killing two birds with one stone. Number one, moving us back to the back of the line where we able to have these good paying jobs. That I know that for sure. If you just ask, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there, but I look at that, and the reason why I say that, because how can we tie that to Trump? Well, Trump is the one that loves to have sycophants in that actually pull the levers when it's time to.
No, this is the same. But yeah, that's not policy. It was a while ago. Organization wrote up.
What did you say?
Oh, man, this is something crazy. Man. Yeah, I did say something, but he just talking, man. He ain't heard nobody say that. This organization been around for the longest, man. They did the same thing up under Obama, man. There's none of that policy. That's what they want to do. He said he heard somebody say they're gonna do this, man. He's lying.
Are you referring what KP said?
You keep muting me, man.
No, you're not on mute. You got bad reception.
I did. I was going through the woods, man. I'm here now. I'm just listening to this guy, man. This older guy talking. Sound like he's scared of Trump. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, we're gonna take you at your word.
Hey, yo, Leon. Hey, Leon, we should throw that Project 2025 away, man, because we already know that's all bull job. We shouldn't even talk about that, because most people ain't read it. Most people don't know what it is, because CNN spoke of it this year. Now, all of a sudden, it's a big topic of that's what Trump gonna do. Man, they need to stop it, man. They need to stop it, man.
Well, Leon, to answer your question.
Hey, listen, for the sake of the podcast, Sean, you are right. You are in the woods.
Hold on, KP. Well, that's why I asked the question, Sean, because a lot of people don't know about Project 2025 and what's going on with it.
It's nothing to know about, Leon. It's nothing to know about. That's the problem. It's nothing to know. That's just something to see. That's why it ain't never happened. It's just organizational. It's nothing to worry about.
Oh, no,
Trump has been in office before.
I'm not worried about it.
Trump was in office before 4 years.
Yeah.
None of this stuff gonna happen, man.
But Sean, listen, Sean. You know me. I'm not worried about it. I'm just bringing up topics. I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about.
Go back there. Go back to the abortion thing, though. I never got to say about the abortion thing.
Hold on.
That's when we talking about men. We talking about abortion, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, we don't want to.
Hey, Leon.
Like, we out here really.
Hey, Leon. To answer your question, Leon. Though, the reason why it's important now that it's been around for so long, but they're bringing it up now is because did you guys watch the Joe Rogan podcast with Trump on there?
Yes.
One of the first questions he was asked was, how do you do the hiring? You got to hire 10,000 people. So the reason why Project 2025 was brought up was because the same people that are involved with that project are the people that he hired.
Mm-hmm. That's what Kevin Mons he had that up there earlier. He said 140 people involved in work for Trump.
Yeah.
So I mean, we can go back and forth and say, oh, you heard on CNN,
nobody. Nah, we know he said Trump said out his mouth. We're not talking about what CNN said.
Oh God.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta go with real facts, man. Out people's mouths, man. Not what you heard.
First of all, who is CNN? Who is CNN? Listen,
that Democrat Rand.
Okay,
they ran the Russia. They ran that Russia collude for 4 years, and we know they were fake.
Hold on, KP.
Sean, who says that they're a Democrat?
They say it is, man. We know who running.
Now, KP, hold on. Now you have heard. You have heard. Hold on. You have heard the people say Democrat.
Okay, so listen. I also heard there's cheese on the moon. It has nothing to do with this conversation. No one has implicated CNN as a site of source of anything. No one has said, well, per CNN, XYZ.
Well, you got
I don't know what this dude talking about. He just imposed.
Okay, so now answer the question. Where did you get Project 2025 from?
Go ahead. Hold on, KP. Go ahead, Sean. What's your question?
Where did he get Project 2025 from? If you didn't get it from no media outlet, where did you get it from?
JD Vance.
I would encourage everyone.
No answer. No answer. Like Kamala, she never answered anything.
Can you tell him I just answered him?
Look at it.
He just answered you, Sean. Hold on. You got bad reception.
What did he say?
He said JD Vance, man.
What did he say?
He said he got it from JD Vance, man. Hey, look, you need to go home and get somewhere and get some reception.
That Trump internet.
Go ahead.
Get that Elon Starlink.
We got concepts of the internet.
Hold on, we're gonna let Brent say. Sean, hold on. Sean, hold on now. Hold on. Wait a minute. No, we're not going back there. Go ahead, Brent.
So I mean, Trump has denounced Project 2025 every time he's spoken about it. But I would encourage everyone. You don't have to read the whole thing. Just look at a summary of Project 2025. I'm not going to give my opinion on it, but I would just encourage you, really look at it and see, is it not really manipulation? I mean, how the media is portraying it.
I just feel like when, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Kevin seems very knowledgeable.
He is very knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm. He says,
yeah, but I did not see anything that KP said when I went through Project 2025.
Okay.
Well, it's pretty long. I mean, they have a lot of.
It is. That's what I'm saying. It's 900 pages. So,
Kevin Miles, since you're listening, put that in there about them and government workers and replacing them with Trump loyalists.
So see? I'm having a problem with. I ain't having no problem. I don't like to see a lot of people scared of these things that's going on with this election. I mean, people are terrified and scared and stressed out, and I'm not there because I don't fear any of this.
They think we're going to slavery, dog.
Yeah, are we going to slavery?
Yeah, they think we're going to slavery, boys.
I heard some people say that. Actually, like we're going back to slavery.
I mean,
Leon, grown man.
Sean, I'm gonna need you to get some reception somewhere. But go ahead and answer the question, y'all. Do y'all think we're really going back that way?
You don't fear the police community?
I don't fear none of that.
Let me take you back on that, because I believe, I want to say maybe about 4 or 5 podcasts ago, we talked about your experience when you were going home, right?
Yeah,
to visit family, and you were coming. Let me finish, right? And you stated that you make sure you follow all rules and guidelines, because you're what when it pertains to police.
I do that because I don't want no tickets.
Right. I do that too because I don't want no tickets. That's what you should.
Let's talk about the guy who was killed by mistake by the police because he had a hanging what was that, air freshener on his hanging from his window.
Right.
He was killed for that.
Yeah, but I mean, stuff it's gonna happen. But I'm talking about living as far as living out of fear.
If you're giving immunity to police and allow them to just stop and frisk, you're not afraid of that.
Listen to what I'm saying. Just listen with your ears. I'm not letting that stuff. I'm not fearing any of that. I ain't saying it won't happen. I'm not saying it's not gonna happen. But people are living in fear because of this stuff.
I think when it has touched people where they live, because it happens more often than what we see. We're only seeing what's on the internet. We're not seeing in everyday lives. We're not seeing, their family members or the hardships and the things that they go through in their different areas. Because it may not happen to you, doesn't mean that it doesn't happen.
I did not say that.
Hey, Leon, can I ask you a question, Leon?
Hold on, John. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm just talking about people I hear every day saying we're going back to slavery. Oh, it's Trump get in, this gonna happen. This gonna happen. I mean, even on Kamala's side, people think we're going to war if she gets in. I don't let
like I was saying, both sides do it. They'll take the extreme of what one person is saying, and they'll try to go and run with it. But at the end of the day, it is kind of like some of those policies, and Sean might say, oh, they already have what immunity? They have qualified immunity that can't be taken. They don't. That can be taken away from them. I was a police officer for the Miccosukee Police Department in Miami. First of all, we have qualified immunity, which can be taken away. And once your qualified immunity is taken away, that's when police officers can be held accountable. But once they have full immunity, where they can't lose their qualified immunity.
Trump is offering full immunity.
That means that.
I will say this.
Can we define? Do you know what immunity means? Like if you kill somebody, you can get in trouble regardless. He's just saying, man.
Yeah, but not a cop. If you got qualified, okay. Dude,
yes, you will, man. Come on, man.
Before an investigation is done on a police officer, their superiors have to basically do their own investigation to then allow an external investigation. So once you have full immunity, even if you come to your captain or your chief and you say, I fucked up, they're not gonna want to make the department look bad. So they're not gonna bring in an outside.
Right. So listen, this is why cops don't need full immunity. Y'all ready? Good cops don't need immunity.
100%.
That's it. Fuck it. Move on to the next subject. Good cops don't need immunity.
100%. If you're a great cop, you won't need it.
You don't need it. So therein lies where he wants the police to go and what he wants them to do. Now, again,
hey Leon,
hold on,
again, Sean. My community, which is where I'm being a foundational black man, where I live, I don't have to worry about encounters with the police because my community in which I live is not over policed. However, my family, my friends, where I left them back, that community is over policed. And when you got cops running around there with full immunity in a over policed urban area, look out. So it may not happen to me. Again, as I opened up before, a lot of my choices and my votes is not for me, it's for my community. And so good cops don't need immunity. We need to put that on a shirt.
Leon.
Hold on. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, Leon.
Sean, you
Leon, you gonna have to make an executive decision here, brother. I mean,
I'm
about
listen, do we live in a democracy, Brent? We live in a democracy where majority rule. All in favor for what I'm thinking that y'all know I don't want to say, but you're thinking it. Raise your hand and say aye.
He knows I've already.
That's three. Listen, Leon, that's 3 to 2.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hey, Sean, are you with us?
Yeah, he driving, man. He got bad reception.
He told, listen, what Maya Angelou say when people listen. Sometimes when people open their mouth, they put their whole brain on display.
Hold on.
Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta get a charger. I'll be right back.
All right.
I kind of want to get back into that CNN thing because I feel like so many people are quick to run to say, "Oh, you're watching CNN or you're watching conservative media," or they'll say, "All media or all news is fake news." But where are you getting your news from?
Yeah.
Facts.
If all media and all news is fake news, so Trump is now the know all, tell all.
Joe Rogan. Rogan.
I watch, and I'll admit, I'll watch Joe Rogan on a regular.
I'll watch it,
but I'm not getting my news. I'm not getting my news from Joe Rogan.
It's just he goes down. Basically, it's a conversation between the two, the Joe Rogan, and they go down wormholes. What Asawanda sometimes, or it may be about aliens. You never know where he's gonna go.
Well, news can come from anywhere. It's just about doing your own research. I mean, you can hear somebody say something on anybody's podcast. It's just about doing your own research.
To say CNN is a Democrat, and then Fox News, I guess, they would say more Republican. But I mean, just doing my research and how it pops up on my Google. I mean, the head Republican person in charge is upset with Fox News right now, right? Isn't he upset with Fox? And he said that they weren't airing correctly and they pretty much were no longer on his side. But I mean,
there was never supposed to be a side, but
they can't ever come after. Listen, one thing they can't ever do is come after CNN in terms of CNN versus Fox. Fox has already lost credibility when you see the deposition of Rupert Murdoch saying that it's a propaganda, saying that we knew that Tucker's lying, saying that Trump was good for ratings, and then turn around to lose a $760 million lawsuit to Dominion based off the lies and propaganda that they put forth. It's not even a contest, all right? I'm not even caping for CNN because, again, look at me and look at CNN. We don't look alike, so I ain't caping for none of them kinds.
Yeah. How do you feel, Brent?
Yeah, so I think the mainstream media, all of them are biased. Fox News is biased, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, and you can tell when because I watch all of the news stations. I watch all of them. MSNBC, like for instance, I'm amazed at how biased some of them can be. For instance, it was obvious that Trump beat Biden in the first debate. It was obvious that Harris beat Trump in the second debate. It was obvious that JD Vance beat Waltz in the vice presidential debate. And it was just
that's questionable.
I think it was more of a bromance.
It was a bromance, but the fact when JD Vance got fact checked by the moderators and then shut the moderators down and they didn't say anything else for
what
the
was
rest
the
of
fact
the debate.
check? They fact checked him and he shut him down.
They fact checked. They tried to fact check him on the Haitians going in Ohio, and saying that they were legalized citizens, that they were legal and was supposed to be there. And JD Vance was like, whoa, since you want to fact check me, here's what they actually have. There's an app on their phone that they can download and they can request some type of immunity or citizenship or something, and get fast forwarded through the process, which is not the correct process to get into the country. So
I got information. I don't know. I think the information I got that they're legal.
He didn't say that, Brent. He said, "Why are you fact checking me only?" And you didn't fact check him.
No, JD Vance did not.
That's what I heard.
JD Vance did not do that. JD Vance checked the moderators. Go pull it up.
He did, but he didn't talk to me. But he said, "Wow, he said, well, we're not fact checking him."
Oh,
right.
one at
His
a time.
words were, wait a minute, I thought y'all was supposed to be. This wasn't supposed to be a fact check.
And he
right?
said, "Since you want to fact,"
and Brent, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I laughed so hard because I was like, it was like, whoa, y'all, you listen, y'all not supposed to tell me I'm lying. Well,
that's what happened.
You don't have to worry about getting fact checked if you come with the truth.
You're right. That's what happened with Trump and Harris. When they fact checked Trump, he said that. JD Vance did say, "Hey, since you want to fact check me," and then he went into an explanation of why the moderators were actually wrong. Look it up.
I don't know about them being wrong because at the end of the day, Haitians are not eating dogs. They're not kidnapping dogs. So you mean to tell me
that's not what he was talking about. He wasn't talking about.
I think you said that they mentioned about the Haitian immigrants.
Yeah, he was talking about the Haitian.
But Trump was talking about
something about the Haitian immigrants.
Yeah, I think he was talking about his legality. Correct.
About their legality of them being in the country. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
I thought that they were here.
They cast a dog thing.
Oh, all right. I didn't think you want to go there, Brent. Some hills you don't want to die on, right?
We're a family forward podcast, so we don't,
no doubt. Now, Brent, he seems to be a pretty smart guy. He knows where to go and what.
Brent is very smart.
I pay attention to both sides, Like I mean,
go
ahead.
Let me ask you this question though: do you fear and KP, you brought this up? Do you fear immigrants taking over your job?
Absolutely not.
I feel like if you lose your job to an immigrant that can't speak the language, has no pay, you didn't have a job. It's
right. You had a hustle. That's what you
had. The jobs that you have, that you train for, that you build skills for, they even if they wanted to take those jobs, they can't.
I will tell you all this.
Let me piggyback a little further on where Renee is going.
Can I say something real quick about the immigration thing?
Mm-hmm.
I will say this though, and I want to be careful how I say it or why I know this, but there is a large flow of drugs coming into our country. I don't know why or why it's being allowed. But what's happening is you've got China that's going through Mexico to create fentanyl.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Mexico. Well, they're sending ingredients to Mexico to create fentanyl. And then Mexico or whoever is creating it and pushing it into the country.
Mm-hmm.
Drugs is a huge part of the Mexican GDP that's off the books.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got to flow into the states. So when you have immigration coming in, that is a huge part. And it's a lot of people making money under the table right now based off of that. So, I mean, that's my issue with immigration.
Okay.
Yeah, and we got to look into the pockets of the pharmaceutical companies because you have to follow the money. And if you go back to the crack epidemic, a lot of that stuff was funded and allowed by the government, so you have to follow the money.
Some people turned a blind eye to that, right? When it was coasting through planes, trains, boats, automobiles, right?
So to his point, that somebody under the table is making money.
Yes.
So basically, put a pin in that. In the 80s, they wasn't just using the border to cross. What they were using, planes, trains, and what?
Boats and
automobiles.
I just want to put a pin in that when we come back to this immigration part about us crossing over the border with people.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's
and a lot of it, it's not even just Latinos. I know Latinos get like a huge rep for crossing the border, but it's people from all over the world
because again that blind eye, right?
Yeah.
It's that blind eye.
And they've been
the
drugs.
Go ahead, I'm sorry, Leon.
I was just saying they've been bringing drugs and guns in forever. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, from the northern border, from the ports of entry.
That's what the Iran-Contra war. I mean, it was that. Yeah, they've been using drugs to fund war. So so there's history on that, but you're not going to stop it. You may control it, but you're not going to all the way stop it. I don't care how you do it because it's not coming across the walls of the border. it's coming through the clouds, it's coming on the rail cars, and it's coming on in some 50
it's coming across the border.
Either way,
for sure.
That's
how it's getting here. The majority of it.
Yeah.
Don't doubt that, KP.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, but what I'm saying is it's not just the border that is coming across, the physical border. I'm talking about with physical coyotes using these people to bring it over in backpacks and crossing the border, the wall. I'm saying that's very small in comparison to how it's really getting over here. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because how much can a family that's being brought over by coyotes actually carry?
That's my point.
Let alone have to get through what they're getting through.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult, but KP, I want you to piggyback on that question of immigrants taking your job.
I think I lost my train of thought, and I can say it. And so I would have to, if Brent started talking, it'll trigger me, and I'll remember.
Well, somebody who doesn't speak English, somebody who doesn't have the skill set or been in the job long term, or somebody who
I will say that what I feel about it, I think I was going to piggyback and expound upon it a little further on what you were saying. I was going to go a little further into it, into another avenue of it, but not so much as immigrant taking your job. I think what I was really going to ask is, when you hear the rhetoric of they're taking your jobs, your black jobs, right? And we hear that from one source of, let's just say one person, right?
Mm-hmm.
My question is, how and why does that resonate so strongly with middle America that there's no English speaking, no skill in terms of economics of the jobs that we have? How does that resonate so much with the Trump base, where they just pump and say, "Yeah, I don't want I want to know how does that resonate? That's not common sense."
Hey, Leon, can I say something, Leon? Can I say something? Why we keep saying immigrants, man? He talking about illegal immigrants. Why we just saying immigrants? We know immigrants gonna be here, man. Illegal ones. If y'all okay with illegal ones, man, you have your brain checked, man. So you can't go nowhere in the world and be illegal in their country and do anything. So why is it okay for them to come here illegally?
Well, part of the conversation, illegal was assumed.
But y'all keep saying immigrants. I keep saying he just said immigrants.
No, yeah,
I think
he just said immigrants, dog.
But I think everybody. Hold on, Sean. I think everybody is probably assuming.
No. He did. I listened well. He just said this.
No, he did say immigrants. No, we are
say illegal because it's a difference. It's not a difference.
It is a difference.
Well, say what it is then, because right now he's saying.
I think we're on semantics.
Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah, we're grabbing at straws.
What it is. It's a matter of illegal is a crime. That's a crime.
Does anyone have quick access to how many people overstay their visas that are legal in this country? I mean, look at the numbers.
Go to China and try to go to China and do the same thing they do here and see what happens.
How does that not matter? They're overstaying their visas, so now they are illegally in the country.
So
but just because they don't look like because they don't look like me and you, it's cool. We can look past that. But that's another question.
Immigrants from Sweden. You talking about those immigrants from where is Melania from? She's
anywhere.
She
they're illegal, get rid of
visa. Well, you know what? Let me not get into that. We're not going there, right?
There might be a legal immigrant that owns the Circle K down the street, and you wouldn't even know.
So let me get back to KP's point. So I think, Luis, you live in Florida, which is kind of a border state. Also, Arizona is a border state. I'm not hearing anybody concerned about their jobs. Like, I think that was just rhetoric.
No, DeSantis
about that. What people seem to be more concerned about is the fact that all of the incentives that the illegals are getting before they reach legal status or go through the process. So they're concerned, for instance, when you look on the news and you talk about I brought up the Haitians earlier, where the Haitians were getting subsidized housing there, while there's other people that are from that community that are not receiving any type of support or help. Where there was a veteran that was waiting outside and he was interviewed and he had to stand in line behind all the behind all the Haitians that were there to get money, and he had been denied that money multiple times, while the Haitians that just came there were granted those funds. So I'm hearing more of that type of housing, or where the property taxes in Chicago were just increase in order to take care of the migrant population that's there. So they're forcing citizens in those cities to now pay for those migrants that are there, and that's what I'm hearing the most of, that people have issues with the illegal migrants coming into the country.
So
Not that they're going to take
right.
Jobs.
So to speak on that, Brent, as a whole, I think all 5 or 6 of us would agree that someone coming to this country getting something more than what we are getting or should be getting is should be blasphemous, and we should be united all in that. But we also should adhere to the language that's on the bottom of the statue with "Bring me your huddle masks," right? And bring me your poor. And so you got to be able to have a duality of that. But I will say this, and you can fact check this, no illegal immigrant is getting federal housing. They're not getting federal anything because it is not legal to federally give them anything. What they're getting,
I know that. Yeah,
it's from churches, organizations, some of the state monies that's in the coffers of the state when it comes to different things. But it's not. They're not getting anything federally. And I think that's the misconception. Most of the stuff is coming from churches. They're coming from other organizations. It's maybe coming from the Peace Corps or Salvation Armies and the things like that. And I think these things get misconstrued, that they're getting something from the federal government, and it is illegal and not possible. There is nothing in the books for that.
I don't think that they're getting anything necessarily from the federal government, but they're definitely getting something from the locals, from the local government.
Listen, that is the Christian. Listen, is that not the right thing to do?
But we've been doing that for a while, right?
What you mean you don't know? If you showed up at if they turn their ballot over, if they turn the bullet of the ballot over on you, and you have to flee this country, would you not want some church organization to take you and your family in?
Well, it depends, right? Like,
yo, man, come on, man.
What are the ramifications? What's the guidelines, right?
I don't listen. The guidelines is
if they had some type of way to check to see if I, who I really was, to do a background or whatever it was to allow me access to the country, like I would be perfectly fine with that. I would think that's fair. Now, from my standpoint, I'm not too concerned about migrants. I mean, individually coming. I mean, myself coming here, because I think you should compete. Like that's what it's about. You get more competition coming into the country. That's great. That should lift the people around us to compete more. But as far as the to Sean's point, them being illegal, there should be some type of law or enforcement of that law to make sure that that's happening, that the right things are happening.
I agree with you, but
because
I'm only
if an immigrant, because my wife is an immigrant, right? Mm-hmm. We had to go through the proper process, pay the proper fees in order to get her here. So when you watch people come here and do it the right way and pay that money and do that grind to do that, when you see other people aren't necessarily having to do that, it can feel a little bit unfair.
Right, I get that.
Oh no, I think
that's where the argument, I think, or the confusion lies, right? Is that figuring out what should be done, because there's so much, right? There's so many who came more than I would say have in the past, right? And now it's like, what do we do? And that's one of the biggest issues that Kamala wants to tackle, and instead of just sending them back or putting them back on a bus, and you never know where they're running from. It's something, right? And I'm kind of with KP on that. Like, definitely see churches and organizations, and hopefully they'll build some sort of structure and guidelines to be able to help them go through the necessary steps so that they can become legal?
Well, I think there won't be any built in because they will say we already have our marching orders from this book, which is the Bible, and so for that they're not going to put. They're not going to put. Brent he's a business guy, and he looks at things from a business, and he's an X and O's guy. So he's thinking like something that is an act of kindness should have some guidelines in it. That's why you won't see. That's why I'm kind of like, you're not going to see that because it is Christians acting as Christians.
You're lying, man.
Right? Therefore, they're going to take you in at your word and at your merit because of the godly principles. A good case in point of that is this white guy by the name of Dylan Roof showed up and had service with 9 members, right? They didn't ask him, hey, what was the guidelines for you? You were a white guy coming in here with all these black people. We need to put guidelines in place. Look, when you operate through a Christian lens, you cannot, the guidelines is through love and welcoming your fellow brother. You're not going to see policies and procedures. You're just not going to see it because it don't exist.
Hey, Leon.
Hold on.
No, man, hold on, man. He's doing too much talking, man. Hey, so what he's saying is the migrant is not getting no government money or nothing. That's what he's saying. So we can look this up, man. They say churches. We can look this stuff up, man. This stuff is out there for everybody to see. What he's saying then? That's what he said. Churches are helping people.
He's saying federal funding.
Any kind of tax money. Are we paying for them?
State tax is different from federal tax. State tax is different from federal tax. I don't
pay. Still our money, man.
I don't pay
American money.
Hold on, Sean. Let him finish.
So I think the immigration reform, and I think the reason why it's been going on for so many years where they don't actually do anything about it is also because it comes down to voting demographic. I mean, down here in South Florida, where the majority of the population is for the Florida vote, it is full of Cuban immigrants. Now, their process for legalizing their immigration status is a lot different from a Mexican or an Ecuadorian or anyone coming from the southern border. Right. They have access to the wet foot, dry foot, dry land, where if they get caught in the United States or even if they touch the beach, they get to stay. Man,
sound like Kamala, man.
Hey,
is illegal immigrants getting taxpayer money? Yes or no?
Allocated taxpayer money. Yes.
No, Louise, we don't know.
We can look it up, man. We can look it up.
Hold on.
Areas, absolutely.
New York is one of the main states, man. It's paying illegal checks, man.
Yeah, New York and Chicago.
Y'all are crazy line, man.
Yeah. So, can I address something to Leon real quick?
Oh my God!
Hold on. So Kevin asked. It does beg the question why the bipartisan border bill was killed when it was sponsored by Langford, one of the most conservative senators in Congress. Mm-hmm. And this is a talking point that on that the Harris administration has been using for a while.
They've been hammering that talking point. They've
been hammering it. But when you actually look at it, see, this is where you got to do your research. When you look at it, it was giving billions of dollars to Ukraine.
Yeah,
I'm not interested in giving money to Ukraine. And it also wanted to allow a certain amount of migrants in. I can't remember. It was a substantial amount every single year. Right. And there was some other things in there where it was sending money to different places and it wasn't keeping it here in the States. So that's why the bill was actually rejected.
No, they went and found that to be the reason to be rejected. Senator Langford, which is one of your most conservative senators, he and some of those in the Border Patrol agency, they wrote that policy. They wrote it. It was the border agency policy, border agency and a lot of the conservative think tank along with Senator Langford and his team leading the way. The that all that was them. Listen. Are they going to give money to Ukraine anyway? Yeah. So why would you not listen? If we do nothing, nothing will happen. It is the most comprehensive, most aggressive border bill that they presented, and it was actually killed. Right?
It was kid had a bunch of garbage in it, man.
Well,
Stop.
this
Okay,
is where
listen.
sometimes
Had a bunch of garbage in there, man.
good
Stop.
intentions.
You can say that about every bill. Every bill has pork in it. Everything
Yeah,
that's
so why are we even bringing that up right now?
Sometimes you have to pass pieces of legislation that gets directly to the problem so that you could begin to identify the root of the problem, but at least stop the bleeding.
Hey, Leon, who you voting for, Leon?
But
I can't get
I want to ask Leon because y'all ain't gonna answer no question. Hey, Leon, who you voting for?
Cornel West.
No, I'm serious.
Cornel West.
I'm serious. Okay,
Cornel West.
I heard you.
He is on the ballot.
Hey, Leon, is Trump a racist, Leon?
Yes.
No, I don't think it.
I'm asking Leon. I'm asking Leon. I'm asking Leon.
I hear you. Hold on. Now, Renee, you said yes real quick.
Hold on. Right.
Wait, nobody say nothing.
Please.
Renee,
That's Leon.
Sean, hold on. Renee, you just said yes real quick. Now, on the last podcast, you said you don't think he's a racist. You think
I said I don't think he has attributes of them, right?
So now you saying yes real quick.
Yes.
I don't think me personally, I don't think he's racist.
Okay, Leon, is he a racist, Leon?
I say this is because I forgot when when he
hold on, Renee.
sued, when him and his father were sued for not renting to the black couples, right?
Hold on. Wait.
That don't make you a racist, man, because you don't rent to no black people, man.
Sean,
that's crazy.
Hold on, man.
Go ahead, Leon. I'm asking you though. I want to ask you. I want to talk to you.
Listen, would you listen, Sean? Listen. I answered your question. Is it either your reception or you just talking? Listen.
No, I was about to continue.
Okay, well, I said no. I don't think he's a racist.
Okay, so why when you vote for Trump out of the last 8 years? Out of the last 8 years, 2 presidents has been there, and 1 has been a VP. Out of those last 8 years, what 4 years was better for you in this country?
So, for me personally,
now you sound like Fox News.
I'm just asking the question. I'm just asking the question.
Like I said, I don't really.
You can't really say. You can't really say.
I can't really say because I do what I got to do.
That ain't what I asked you. Because right now you can do what you got to do, but our price is too high for you.
Huh?
The prices go. If the prices went too high for you, gas went too high. If all this stuff happened on one administration, right or wrong.
But that ain't the question you asked though.
It's a better living. If stuff go up crazy, it's a better. It could be rich, still be high.
Just ask me, did things get higher? Yes, things did get higher. Just answer that question.
That kind of affects your living though, right or wrong.
It affects a lot of people living. You have to pay more.
Okay,
nobody
man, stop acting like you're scared, man. We talk about the Bob every day.
What are you talking about? I'm not acting like I'm scared. Answer your question. You answer the way you answer your question. You need to ask your questions better. How about that?
Oh no!
I'm asking you.
Man, you asking me what?
I said, was your life better? Was your life better under Trump or under the administration now?
Man, yeah, Leon, shit.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah. It's better.
I agree. My life was better. Renee's life was better.
No, actually, my
game plan here.
My income increased by $25,000 in 2022.
Okay.
It don't mean your life is better though, because you still got to pay for things that cost more. Even for rich folks, it still wasn't better.
That don't necessarily mean your life ain't better, Sean.
You heard me, Brad.
All right, man. All right.
Hey, I don't want to quote Diddy, so I'll give it to Big. More money, more problems. I'm making more money now, and I'm spending more money because I want nicer things. I want a bigger house. So yeah, I'm gonna spend more money.
That's beautiful.
Making money got nothing to do with the price of living.
But listen, you
price
talking
of living has went up triple.
Oh my.
John, you talking about 2 different things though. Just because prices went
up, because I never said anything about. No, I never said nothing about how much money you made. I ain't never asked you about how much money they made.
But cost of living is calculated on incomes.
Stop, man.
All right.
Stop.
Hey, Sean,
You already talking about abortion, man. I already know where you at.
Right.
I already know what's on the track.
Leon, let me do it. Leon, I'm about to go.
No, hold on. No, don't
get back on that. I want to do this again, but
don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Hold on. No, don't leave. Don't leave, KP. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't leave now.
You're right. You will see me tomorrow. That's right.
Yeah. So let me get to this question. Let me get to this question right here. If you don't vote for Trump, I'm gonna say Trump, because I hear a lot of people say if you don't vote at all, or if you vote third party, that's a win for Trump. Do y'all think that's necessarily true?
No, he's stupid.
Hold on, Sean.
If you look at the numbers and how close it is, depending on the state, I would say like Pennsylvania, when it's separated about a couple thousand votes. Yes, but in states like California, New York, Texas, Florida,
why can't it be a vote for Kamala? Why it has to be a vote for Trump if somebody votes third party?
It depends on the context in which somebody is saying it. So if
Democrats,
so here's the context, Leon. If you voted for Trump in 2020 and you turned around and vote third party, then that's a vote for Kamala, because Trump, that's a vote he did not get. Although she did not get it, he didn't get it either. So in turn, that's a vote for Kamala. You see
screws the numbers, yeah.
It's about it's every situation. It's different. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Nope.
For example, Leon, in Florida, we're getting a lot of people moving from California, right? But those California lean Democrat. So the numbers, if you put them side by side, 2016, 2020, and then 2024 when they come out, you're going to be able to see those demographics change slightly. Where Democrats will have more votes than they did in 2020. Trump will more than likely still win Florida because his numbers went up from an already higher number. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you're muted. Yeah.
We can't hear you, bro.
Oh, I'm back. I had to.
There you go.
Hold on. I want to play something for y'all. That's why I asked that question. Let me know if y'all can hear it.
Oh my God. I could have bet that.
And so when we talk to really the black man, it's not because there's some sexism generally.
I can't hear it, Leon.
Yeah, it's just kind of broken up a little bit.
Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. She's basically saying the same thing. In here.
I think Kevin's comment is on point though. If y'all can see in the chat.
Just didn't want to vote.
Yeah.
So there is an opportunity for us to talk to black people and talk to other people who are disillusioned with both together. California has a tremendous opportunity, and I'd love for you to get in on this. I want to kind of debunk this.
Yeah, especially his last statement when he said the fact is that the experts who do the job, that's what they wanted. And so, Brett, I don't know how we could come when we're looking at the border bill, right?
Yeah,
Kevin, he makes a good point. It was supported definitely by Republican and Democrats because they wanted something done to stop the flow. Yeah. Is it something that the Democrats would have put together? Absolutely not. Right? Because they're going to be a little bit more lenient on things and policies and things like that. Typically, I'm not saying I'm not going to, but it was one of the most aggressive border bills. And then I'm sorry to tell you, but them killing it was mainly because Trump wanted to run on the issue and not fix the issue. I know I sound like Kamala when I say that, but I'm just
got her, boy.
I know
you're telling me you grew up in a middle-class family.
Was it the wall? Because we were expecting Mexico to pay for the wall.
Oh, well, they right. They are in theory, right? Is what Trump said.
So,
but what I'm saying is that it was that he called all those senators and told them to kill it. That's just the facts. And just like everything else, they found a way to spin it, to give people like yourself who actually support the party to say, hey, look, this is why we killed it. So when it went into the spin room and it came out, it was like, well, it was money to Ukraine and we don't like Ukraine, right? And so that's what that was about. But the truth of the matter is Trump wanted to run on this policy. That's just the truth of it.
So back when this bill got first introduced, I heard about it before it was shot down, and I disagreed with it when I heard it. Now, Kevin's point that the Border Patrol supported it. Yes. If I was with the Border Patrol, I'm going to support it too. Hell, I need help down here. Right. I need more people. I need more agents to help do my job. I don't care about what's going on in Ukraine, but
me neither.
Particularly me individually, if we got to pay taxes, I don't necessarily want my tax dollars going to help another country. I mean, that's.
To go back to what you were saying.
So here's the deal.
That's why I'm not talking about what the media told us. I'm talking about when I heard it and saw what was in it. Yeah. I didn't like it.
No, I get it. But listen to this. Listen to 2 points. Number one, we have to start somewhere. If you do nothing, nothing will happen. And
exactly.
This will
so why didn't they do anything for the next 3 years? That was at the beginning of that administration.
Trump ain't do nothing in his first 4 years other than separate people with his thing. He didn't fix it. He just did a deterrent, like, yeah, y'all ass want to come over here.
I never brought up Trump. I'm talking about what they did.
No, what I'm saying is
they had more time to do it.
If you can say the last 3 years, then I can say the last 4 years of Trump. It's fair. I'm accepting what you're saying.
No. What I'm saying is that they introduced the bill right at the beginning of that when they took over. They've had plenty of time to create something else and get it redone or sign an executive order. He just signed an executive order a couple months ago.
Maybe they will.
Like, why did it take when it became an election year for them to finally do something?
They did over 300 executive orders in terms of.
Hey, where did old school hear Trump say he talked to his people and told them to kill the bill? Or did he hear Kamala say that? I'm just asking. These questions got to be asked. He just said,
Senator, me, that was a non-issue because Trump wasn't even in office. He wasn't even.
I know, hey, bro. I know it's a non-issue, but he's repeating what he heard. That's what I'm asking him. Where did they say this at?
First of all, so we want to make sure that we're addressing all of our guests accordingly. Again, we are a very respectful podcast, and his name is KP.
Well, I can't see his name, so I call him old school. You're not gonna talk to me like I'm a child, so he's KP, old school, whatever I call him. I didn't disrespect him. He old school, but he older than me. He's my elder, so he old school to me. So you can just hush up, okay? Thank you.
Calm down, son. Calm down.
I don't do that. Women talking to me like they my mama, dog. I just don't do that. You know that. I told you that's why I don't like women talking.
Our podcast.
That's why I told you that, Leon.
And if you listen,
that's why you should have called me to get up here, dog. You told me she won't coming.
To our podcast,
you told me she won't coming.
About names and calling people by their names.
That's ask. Hey, Mr. Elder, where do you hear Trump say that?
He didn't have to say it.
Never mind, then, boss. That's what I'm telling you. They just saying what they saying.
He didn't have to say it. People like Senator Crenshaw, which is a Navy SEAL senator that's super Republican. He came out on Fox News, your people, and he was man, there's no reason to kill that bill. It was a good bill. There's give and take. Like I forgot
hold on. I asked him. He said Trump said his people killed it. Where did Trump say that? They told him them to kill it. That's what I'm asking. I'm only asking simple questions, man, that it never get answered. Where did you hear it at? Did you hear Kamala and Joe Biden say it? If you did, then bro, we already know what side you're on. You biased with it. Because you ain't heard that nowhere. You ain't heard it nowhere. You can't find it. Please find it. You got time. Find it. Let's start doing fact. We're gonna start fact checking on this Impale podcast.
Hold on. Go ahead.
So the spin on it was once it was killed, regardless of who said kill it or not. The spin on it was because there was money allotted to Ukraine, right? And remember, we got to go back to do our research because who voted on funding Ukraine is public information. So you can see that a lot of Republicans vote to fund Ukraine, but they're quick to spin and say that the reason why we didn't want to pass this bill is because there's money being allotted to Ukraine. It's the mouse chasing its tail.
But why? But they're not leading with that, Bo. They lead with Trump said. They leading with Trump told his people to kill it. That's what they leading off of.
Yeah, it won't come from Trump. Trump don't have to say it. It'll come from
telling the American people, man.
Yes, because the people who support Trump have said it.
Where y'all get it from? I'm asking where you get it from.
You can look up. You can look up Senator Crenshaw. Look it up on Fox News. You don't even have to look at him on CNN. You can look at him on Fox News saying it. And he's one of the most conservative senators that has been backing Donald Trump since 2016.
And so Trump said, I don't like when people just say stuff. I want a video.
He said,
I like video.
Go look it up.
Look it up. Hey, Leon. But anyway, Leon, do you support men going in women's bathroom?
No, I don't support that, man.
I'm just asking questions.
You don't support that.
Do you support prisoners cutting their Jimmy off and our taxpayer dollars pay for it?
No,
you support that?
No.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
I was going to ask that one of my questions, but I ain't never write it down. But
just making sure, man. I'm just trying to figure out what we supporting on this thing.
You're not trying to figure out what we supporting. Twice under Trump administration. In prison.
Yeah, Renee, can you tell when that happened? Was it 2018 and it was Trump's Bureau of Prisons?
Yep.
Who actually fought and put that money in so that prisoners can have genitalia change or whatever. That was from the Bureau of Prisons in 2018. I think Trump was president then, and then they want to, bro, this shit gets so funny. It's
Look
so
laughable.
Like it was.
I looked it up. That's how I know.
Right. It's the truth. It was in 2018. The Bureau of Prisons actually fought and say, hey, listen, we're responsible for them. They look at it from a civic standpoint. And so they put monies into the coffers to pay for it. And
so Trump did that.
Kamala answered the question. She was basically answering it based off of, I'm going to support the laws that's on the books that we have a responsibility and they have a right to get it per the law that we're supposed to take care of.
So Trump support that. So Trump did that.
Yeah, 2018.
Did you find it right quick?
It happened under his administration.
It did.
So Trump did it.
You said that, Brett?
I said if it happened in 2018, it definitely happened under Trump's administration.
Yeah, it was 2018. It was his Bureau of Prisons.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that, but if
Me neither.
I don't have no reason to think they lying about it.
So you supporting that, Sean?
Hell no, but put it on the back check. I'm put it up there. Put it up there. We ain't got to do no talking. But show it. Let us read.
So have everybody voted already?
Trump, man, 2024. I got to read it, man.
Sean, have you voted yet?
You know I'm voting for, dog. You know I'm voting for.
No, I said, have you voted yet?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, you already know I'm voting.
Might see you there then.
Yeah, we're talking about abortion rights, though. We said men saying reproductive.
Yes, sir.
Because, bro, we okay with killing babies, man. But one time before in the black community, I know in the black community, we was against abortion, of killing babies. So we knew what the purpose was doing. In 2024, man, we got black women saying, man, yo, kill these babies if you want to. Who gonna defend the babies? Can anybody defend the babies?
Mr. Sean, can I ask a question?
Yes.
When did you start masturbating?
It don't matter. I ain't never masturbate. I always like women. I don't need my thumbs and hands. I always like
how
women.
you know what it takes to masturbate?
What you mean? I can put my hand down if I wanted to.
Okay.
So
Renee, cover your ears. When was the last time you pulled out?
I got a wife.
You didn't always have a wife.
I got one though. So let's talk about that. But again, are you okay? Are you okay with women smoking meth Why pregnant?
What?
What does that have to do with the?
Answer the question. I'm asking the
Okay,
question.
He's right. We asked a dumb question, so he get to ask one. We asked one.
All right.
I'm not okay with a woman smoking anything.
Why not? It's her body, her choice. Why not?
You asked me, am I okay with it? Am I cool? You asked me, am I okay with it? Now, the next question would be, am I for legislation that will prevent her from doing that?
Why? Do you agree with it being a Schedule 1 substance?
Question, Sean.
But why though? It's her body, her choice. It's why. What is it hurting?
When we get to legislating it,
what is it hurting?
On is her choice.
What is it hurting?
Oh, it could hurt the community.
Right.
If someone's on meth and they're buying meth from a drug dealer,
it definitely will hurt the community. I don't know how old you are, but let me tell you something. Those babies that made them crack babies that made it, they terrorize the neighborhood. A lot of them vote for Trump now.
it's not apple. That meth is not apples. It's just apples and oranges, brother.
Yeah.
I'm offended by that, KP.
Hey, Brent comes from a good home.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brent. I was just throwing the rock. I didn't know if it was going to land.
You good?
And then also, I mean that question.
Like jokes, man. That's what it's about. Man. We gotta have fun with these conversations.
That question about killing babies is also, I mean, it also comes down to him assuming that I'm a Christian, and I believe that life starts at conception.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Well, listen, if you're a Christian, then the whole thought is men. Look, that knucklehead, he masturbated. That was murder. He killed. Okay, you killed first. You the murderer. Into that sock.
Hey, did you call me a knucklehead? Did you call me a knucklehead? Did you call me a knucklehead?
No.
You just did. Don't lie to me now.
Huh?
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
No, we called you a murderer.
I called you a murderer.
But but answer the question: Is it okay for the lady to smoke meth?
Oh my God!
That's not. You're not. It's not okay. Of course not.
We don't.
Okay, why not?
No,
why not?
I don't agree.
Because meth.
Why not? It's her body, her choice.
Let me answer. If a female or a woman decides to have an abortion, that would affect her and that baby.
Damn,
if a female decides to smoke meth, she has to buy that meth from someone who is selling meth in the community, which then affects children being able to walk up and down the street. So that's not even a valid question.
Man, I ask you one question. You going down a damn rabbit hole? Is it okay? That's all I.
Question is
don't
very
go there.
Everybody agrees, you know. Everybody agrees. No.
Why not?
But Leon, it's about 7, so I really might have to. Have to get off.
Listen.
He's in West Coast
time. Yeah, we got that thing, Brent. We got the thing that the thing.
Yeah. Hit me up.
Yeah. We got the thing.
Yeah.
What thing? You talking about what thing?
Thank you, Brent.
All right, Brent.
I gotta go.
Hey, nice meeting talking to all y'all. Leon, I'll be in touch. Invite me back.
All right, I will.
All right.
So we're gonna go ahead and end this. One last question. Do y'all think
wait, let me hear the last question.
I think I went into it. If Kamala wins, do you think we're going to war?
We in war.
We already
at war now.
Yeah,
we're at war.
As a Marine who went to Iraq and Afghanistan, the United States will never, as long as the military industrial complex is making money, we will never not go to war.
Oh yeah.
All right,
I don't care who's in office. It could be Trump, his daddy. It don't matter.
Trump wanted no new wars.
Yeah, he do. He do. His friends do.
War. You're lying.
And his friends will do what?
Now his friends. See how you had changed up, Leon? Trump that new war, but they ain't saying his friends. Come on, man. Leon, don't fight me on this shit no more, man. Because these guys are honest. These guys are honest.
Sean,
you're not honest, man.
Sean, let me, Sean. I was in the Marine Corps. I have a brother that's in the Marine Corps.
I don't care where you did, dog.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Just listen for a second. Listen for a second. I got two brothers. Well, one that's in the Marine Corps. I have another brother that's in the Army. I have another brother that's in the Coast Guard. I have a sister that's in the Army. I'm the oldest of 9. wars don't start the way you think they start. This Ukraine war and this Middle Eastern war between Israel and Palestine, that's been going on longer than me and you've been alive, brother.
That
So
was
to
big. We
say,
have no new wars,
that, of course, it's not a new war because it's been going on forever. It's been going on longer than me and you being alive.
Yeah, you're lying.
Look it up.
I ain't got to look it up. You're lying.
I'm not lying. Look at it.
You can't call
You're
that man
lying,
alive
man.
when he's been in.
You're,
Have you ever been in war?
Bro, that war. We have not been in war. Going on this war, man.
the Middle East has been at war for thousands of years. Look it up.
That's over there, man.
What are we talking about? We talking about war?
We talking about United States being in war.
That's not
Yeah.
That's what I said.
No,
I said Trump ain't started no new war. No new wars under Trump.
war.
That's what I said. You talking about Middle
So
East.
you're hold on, but what you're saying.
What Middle East is. I don't even know where the Middle East is at. Anyway.
So what you're saying is that there aren't any U.S. troops deployed. Is that what you're saying?
No new wars under Trump. Whatever's going on was already going on.
And I agree. And there has not been no new wars according to your standard of war. So, but what is your standard of war? That's my question.
So we haven't got into war under Joe Biden. We haven't given money to Ukraine.
So that's your standard of war.
We haven't helped Russia taking over.
So that's your standard. So your standard of war is us giving money?
No, we help Ukraine out or not. With Russia taking over.
We help way more than just Ukraine.
Never mind, man. Never mind.
We help Japan.
I ain't asking about nobody else, boss.
We help.
He's basically saying
No, you're not. Say yes, then. We ain't gotta say we helped out other people, man.
Because we do, so that's not. So that's not.
Leon.
So that's not a war.
Leon, this is how people talk, right? When they vote will come out, they never answer the question. They give me a bunch of words, all types of shit.
Your question has 1,000 different answers.
Just take that as a yes.
No, it's not.
What is your definition of war?
You have 1,000.
Sean, what is your definition of war? Let's start there.
Take over, killing. That's my definition of war.
Okay, so there has not been any.
Trump said, "Man, we're tired of killing. Come on, this war had to happen. We can bring them home."
So according to your definition of war, so according to your definition of war, there has been no killing from the United States, and under Biden, under Trump, and these last two administrations, there has not been your definition of war. But now you're going to change it and say that your definition of war
has been
by the United States.
United States and Russia, we've been killing. They've been fighting.
No, sir.
So ain't nobody fighting.
You just said that we're funding them.
I said they was also fighting. I said both.
No, I
did say killing. War is part of killing.
Yes. So
I said that.
What unit? Tell me what unit has deployed to the Middle East.
They're killing. I don't even know what the Middle East is, boss.
then I don't even know what we're talking about if you don't know where it's at.
So if the Middle East, so where's the Middle West at?
We're the West.
I said Middle West. Where's the Middle West at?
Oh, Middle West, and you want to look at maybe West Africa? It's Middle West.
That's why I knew I see Middle West and Middle East. Why ain't no Middle West is a bit of the Middle East? That's why I'm asking that. What they call Middle West?
Because there's a gigantic ocean.
No.
Separates.
What do they call Middle West, Leon? Since you asked me, what do they call Middle West, Leon?
I don't know.
School me,
Leon.
Leon.
Ain't no damn Middle West.
There isn't, but if you were to tell me, hey, can you point Leon, on the map where the Middle West would be?
At, though. If it's a Middle East, it got to be a Middle West.
Hey, Kevin said part of that is because Trump backed down. 100 soldiers were killed, were injured with traumatic brain injuries in Iraq in 2020 due to Iranian rocket fire. We didn't do anything in response under Trump.
So he's bringing niggas home.
Like who?
Bring them home. We ain't got to be support everybody. What we do that for? What we got the tax money going there fighting for? But what the Middle West at?
We don't send anybody to the Middle East.
Where that Middle West at, boss? Since she was laughing, what the Midwest said, Miss? You were laughing. What the Midwest said?
I'm laughing because we got to figure out what are we getting here? What is
Yes.
I asked him, but he keeps saying Middle East. I didn't know what it was. I don't know where it is.
No, she's talking about the overall point you're trying to make.
It's no more points. We know it wasn't no new war. We knew that. Everybody knows that.
And I agree. I agree.
But he's a Kamala fan out of the blue. So they tell me everything about men that vote for Kamala. So there's no more talking about it, Leon.
It's a lot of
you know my stance on it.
Hey, it's a lot of men vote for
and you know why they vote. And you know why they vote. You know why they vote for it. I done told you why.
Why? I don't know necessarily why. No why.
You don't know why I told you what?
So hold on.
You don't know why I told you why, Leon?
I can't remember. Why'd you say?
They got no choice, especially they got a woman. They woman making them. Woman making them vote there.
You said
so they let you know who runs the house.
Nah, not necessarily. I know some women, some men who vote for it just because they want to vote for.
They ain't got no woman. They don't live with no woman then.
That's a generalization that I can make
not,
for
bro.
Trump.
I promise. Hey, yo,
I can say
like
you
religion,
got
Leon. It's just like religion.
Women
make them niggas go to church, dog.
I can say.
So go ahead, Luis.
They don't run the house, bro.
I can make a generalization and say, hey, Sean, you're voting for Trump because you got internal racism. That's being because you voting for Trump.
Why racism though? Why
because you're voting for Trump. Just like you say that men are voting for Kamala solely because we have a wife and our wife is telling us what to do.
But
I can then flip it and say that you're voting for Trump because you have internal racism.
Or internal traumas.
But what racism though? What racism got to do with vote for Trump? Because he's white?
Because he's a racist.
Huh? Tell me why he's racist.
Just look at his last rally at Madison Square Garden. Hey, I don't have to tell you. I don't have to tell you,
Leon. I don't
have to tell you. Hey, that rally you can watch it on X, which is a conservative.
So what the rally take about? What the rally do to make it racist?
Why don't you feel that he is? What has Trump done for you?
What have Kamala done for me?
Well, she didn't have the chance yet, but
she's in office. She's a VP.
Do you know?
Tell me what? Hey, hold on. I'm sorry.
See, Leon, hold on.
Sean, let me ask you a question, Sean. Sean, let me ask you a question.
I'm not gonna answer no question until I get my question.
Hold on.
Sean, go ahead.
What? Can you name one policy?
I'm not answer no question until I get my answer.
Okay. Let me answer yours first. Go ahead.
What made him a racist? You said because you can look at it. You can look at the rally. What made that racist?
The lawsuits for not renting to minorities, the Central Park 5.
Hold, bro. You said the rally in New York Square Garden. It was racist.
Yeah, that's just the most recent.
What made it racist, man?
I'm Puerto Rican. Calling my island a floating pilot. Calling my island a floating pile of garbage.
Oh, yeah, Trump said that. Did Trump say that, or did a comedian say that?
He was vetted.
A comedian that was vetted by Trump said that.
Yeah, right. So you saying Trump said it?
Oh,
yes, of course.
Are you fucking kidding me, dog? Trump ain't say it's a comedian. It's a comedian that roasts everybody. He roasts Tom Brady. He roasts Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
he roasts
but he has to be hired and vetted by the person who runs it.
Not necessarily, man. Stop.
Yes, necessarily.
No,
what are you talking about?
Man?
Wait, Sean, hold on.
You mean he's a comedian?
Sean,
Trump will just let anybody come up and say whatever they want. No, man, you crazy.
He's a comedian, man. So you talking about Puerto Rican that he's raised because he says it's trash. Puerto Rican.
I think he gave you a host of reasons.
Sean, hold on. You muted right now. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Listen.
Sean, go ahead, Lee. I'm
about to agree with you, Sean. You listen. Just listen. Keep talking. I agree with Sean on that the comedian said that Trump didn't say that. So
he vetted it.
That's correct. But if you look at the investigation that was made, they did look at the transcript that was supposed to be released because his jokes have to go through their campaign to be allowed to be said. Like everything, even Grant Cardone.
Show me
Grant Cardone was
Show me right got to be done, man. Because you be just talking, man.
Let me finish, Sean. Let me finish, Sean.
Talking, man.
Grant Cardone, which is another real estate mogul that I've been following since 2013. He also said on Twitter that they all have to be vetted. Their speeches, whatever it is that they're going to say, what time they're going to be up there, it all goes through the campaign. So for you to read that and say, "Nah, go ahead, you can say that." Come on, man.
Bro.
Now, Sean, I answered your question. Now answer mine.
Hold on, even because I don't make nobody racist, man, because somebody else said a joke, man. That's just insane.
Wait, you gotta accept his answer. That's his answer.
No. But bro, we gotta when I say when we use words, man, they have definitions. You can't say somebody's a racist because another person said a joke that he's racist. Give me a real reason he called him racist.
I gave you two other ones, but you skipped over those.
Please don't say part 5.
Louis,
please don't say part 5.
Of course.
Are you retarded?
Go ahead, Leon.
You can't do that. We gotta.
Sean, you can't tell nobody how to answer your question. His answer is his answer.
Sean wants Sean's answer. That's the problem.
So hold on. If we going by jokes to being racist, man, then black people are the most racist people in the world. But we always do is say racist stuff and jokes about white people.
But Sean, you ain't running for president.
That's insane, brother. Leon. You go with this,
Sean. But you ain't running, Sean. But you that are not representing everyone in the United States. You're not running for president, so you can say whatever you want.
Hey, Leon. So that's the case. This same guy voted for Biden.
Okay.
The most racist person on the book,
based on
policy.
Like, I'll wait.
Come on, man. The 3 strike law, man. He wrote the shit, man.
The 3 strike law, but you are cool.
He wrote it, man. We can't do this, man.
But hold on. But you're contradicting yourself because you're against the 3 strikes law, but you're cool with Trump saying full immunity for police officers and the stop and frisk is cool.
I ain't saying
that's racism. So that's racism, but
I ain't heard nothing about no stop and frisk.
Oh my!
Y'all ask me something about stop and frisk, Leon?
They probably
I
don't know what you're talking about. Stop and frisk.
I'm trying to correlate.
No, we're trying to correlate your racism. You just said because Trump racist, but hold on, okay, not even. We ain't gonna just say politics. We're gonna just say words. We can find a million videos with this man talking about black people. Called Black Kids Roaches. The jungle, black people, the jungle. We can find it on record. Hold on. One thing about it, we can find it on record when he was in politician. When he talked about Part 5, Trump was a regular citizen. That him and everybody in New York at that time thought those boys did.
But that doesn't just because now you're running. Just because now you're running for president, does that now just erase how you were racist in the past?
How was he racist? Because he wrote an article. What they got to do with anything?
He didn't do.
That's not racist.
Similar to what?
Hold on, Leon. How is it racist when somebody thought somebody that was guilty, that say they was guilty, and he wrote an article? Even if 4 black men did that same stuff, and I thought they did it against my family, I would say the same thing. Everybody would.
But the difference is that
would you not, Leon? Leon, would you not, Leon? Ain't no difference. He was a citizen, man. Just like
the difference is that he was exonerated. Those kids were exonerated, and he still doesn't go back and say exactly. So that's when you say, "Listen, I was wrong."
No, you never hear. Why he got to say that for? Why
because he's running for president, man.
Okay, have Biden say he was wrong?
Yeah, I think he did.
You can look it up just as many times as you.
We can look it up. I'm gonna find Leon this clip to say Biden never said he was sorry about calling kids roaches.
Black
kids.
So Sean, I answered your question, right? So answer mine.
You didn't
name one policy, just one.
Yeah.
That Mike Pence implemented.
That who?
Mike Pence. You know the guy that used to run.
I don't know.
The guy that Trump's VP.
I don't know none.
You know why? Because he's a VP. He ain't the president.
It got nothing to do with. That's nothing. Still don't matter. What have you got to do with it? What they got to do with it?
Because you just said that Kamala hasn't done anything for you. It's because she's the VP.
Okay.
Do you know who Dick Cheney is? You know who Dick Cheney is?
Yeah, warmonger.
He was the VP for Bush. Name one policy that he implemented.
War. He loved war.
He can't.
Yeah, because he owns companies in the military industrial park complex as well as Bush in the oil business. But that's another conversation.
Did Kamala? She was the deciding vote for the inflation. We all know this. Everybody's on record.
You mean the Inflation Reduction Act?
No.
Yes, she was the deciding vote.
I get all the information and put it to Leon. I do that. I like Leon to read all this stuff. We already know what she did. It didn't do. Biden had his mouth. We can find that too. The clip. Biden said she had just as much power that I had.
Hold on, Sean.
Absolutely no. That's not.
Biden said she could do anything I could have did.
No,
I don't believe that.
You don't believe Biden said
that? Go ahead, Leon.
No, I don't believe she could have did it. But listen, check this out. I want it.
You can't suggest nothing?
Hold on, man. Let me talk.
Hold on, Leon. Hold on. You tell me you can't suggest nothing?
I'm about to meet you. Hold on. I want to officially introduce Renee and Louis to Sean. Now, Sean.
I like talking to men. I talk to men.
Then you
Sean
can't
is a
be on this
person.
podcast.
Sean is a person that if you don't give him the answer he wants, he won't agree with you.
No, I learned that real quick.
I'm not just talking about this on policy or election. I'm talking about anything. He believes like he gonna want you to say what he wants you to.
Hey, Leon, you just froze out, Leon.
I did.
I heard dude, but I ain't hear you.
Oh, I'm just telling them how you are with people giving you answers that you want to hear instead of
no. I want to answer that because words got definitions. We ask for racism. We got racism. We want to know why racist. We don't just say, "Oh man, because he part 5 that he racist." Man, that's retarded. That's some shit they heard.
He got sued for not wanting to rent to minorities. You can look that up. That's public record.
Hey, yo, man, that's not racist, man. I don't have to rent to nobody.
Well, that must be
you don't have to rent to nobody, man. That's not racist.
You don't have to rent to nobody.
If I was a landlord right now, I wouldn't rent to certain black people also. Because I know what they'll do to your property.
Okay.
Come on, Leon. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Hey, Leon, please lead by your example right here, Leon. Please.
What's that?
Hey, Leon, you gotta have another podcast come January 6th.
Hey, all I know
Sean, I want you on here, Sean.
He'll be in DC.
I wouldn't come see here.
He'll be in DC.
I wouldn't come see here. I don't talk to women. I don't let women lead me.
All I got to say is this right here. Come Tuesday, either it's gonna be a lot of. I say Wednesday because sometimes it takes the next day.
Ain't nothing gonna happen. They're gonna try to cheat like they did. Last time.
This is what I'm saying. It's gonna be a lot of mad people.
Like they did last time, Leon.
There's gonna be a lot of mad people, no matter who's in office, who wins. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be some real upset people, and I'm glad it won't be me because
yeah, I won't be upset either.
I'm just one of those people who, I want what's best for everybody. So all the policies from both sides is not gonna.
So
all their policies.
Locally, you're more concerned with what's going on locally.
Well, all over really, but anyway.
Black people supposed to be conservative anyway.
No matter what goes on, Kamala's policy or about what's the other guy? Trump.
She has no policy. She's trying to get more federal money with it.
You about to go on mute, man. Hey, listen. No matter who's in there, everybody's got some flaws in there. All their whole policies, so everything ain't gonna be peaches and cream.
Yeah, I mean it's not about picking the perfect person, just picking the.
Cause
I'm talking and you trying to talk.
He just cut you off.
I was finished, man.
Be fair, man.
I am being fair.
Be fair.
Be quiet, man. So you talking? Go ahead.
What part?
Like I said, either way, if Trump wins, I'm not gonna be butthurt. I'm not gonna be butthurt about it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. 4 more years, he'll be gone in 4, and we'll start all over again. But it's good. It's good to hash out the policies and all that. I wish Sean was a little bit more receptive. But
what policies he got other than jail portion? What policies he got?
Sean, you're gonna want to hear your answer. You ain't gonna want to hear mine.
I just say what policy he got. I don't know the policy. What policy? Other than trying to get some more money away.
One of the issues that I have with Kamala is that she does repeat herself a lot.
That's all she do.
So if you agree with that, Sean, you should know her policies by right now.
That's not a policy by saying I'm gonna give money away.
That's all that I mean.
So
what other policy got? Reproduction rights. That's not a policy. That's not a right.
So the Trump tax cut was not giving money away.
Tax cut? No, this helping me. I need a tax cut.
You didn't get no tax cut, Sean.
How you gonna tell me?
Because
how you gonna tell me?
Sean,
how you gonna tell me I don't get tax cut?
I have my own business too. And believe me, I didn't.
If you didn't, you didn't get somebody to do your taxes then.
No, it's called tax brackets, son. Look at your tax brackets.
I got
Look at your
tax brackets on mine. We had a bid on the Trump. You got.
Then let's do this, Sean. Then let's do this. I file my own taxes.
I can get somebody to know how to do taxes. That's the problem.
Then bring me your taxes. I'll bring you mine, and we can show them, and we'll see where the tax cuts were.
I got tax breaks. I don't know about you. You might didn't.
Yeah, but
my mom is my accountant.
But on your taxes, you filed so that they can give you tax exemptions. I would like to see those, and I will show mine to see if those if it shows that those Trump tax cuts really affected you. Because I would bet money that it didn't. Was that?
I didn't get more. I didn't say I had more money in my pocket. You telling me that?
No. Now you're saying something different. Now you're saying something different.
No, that's a tax break. I don't have to pay more tax. I mean, I save more money.
No. That means at the end of it. That means that at the end of the year. What it means is at the end of the year, you can write certain things off, and according to where you fall in the tax bracket, you can write other things off.
Save more money.
In a sense, but
never mind, man. Never mind, boy. You're right. You're Kamala Harris fan. You okay with abortion and killing babies? Let's do goddamn men going to bathroom.
Show me your taxes.
Hold on.
Anything with death, you okay with?
Show me your taxes.
I'm okay with that, boy.
Let's see
in a sense, that's cool. If I don't save more money, I don't have more money in my pocket. It's insane.
I make more money now than I did when I was under Trump. So does that make Trump policies horrible?
That's fine. That's fine. You make more money. That's cool. I'm just going by what you're saying, bro. That's fine.
Then let's show the tax. Let's show the.
I'm fine, bro. You win.
All right.
Kevin said everyone got tax cuts under Trump. The majority went to
higher
earners and businesses. But
I know this, bro. Tax cuts.
Yes,
that's how
the reason why I know those tax cuts went to certain businesses, not small businesses, is because I'm a small business owner.
You did your own taxes. That's the problem.
It doesn't matter who does your taxes. Your taxes are your taxes.
You can't have fucking Jimmy blow down the street to get taxed. He don't know what he's doing.
Of course not. But your taxes are your taxes unless you're saying you're writing things off you shouldn't.
You're Jimmy Blow.
Hold on. I want to let both of y'all know something. Sean, are you an LLC or S Corp or what are you? LLC.
I'm an LLC too.
Have y'all filed your BOI yet? Have y'all?
I did my first year. Yes.
But no, this is the first year they're doing it. The BOI is some, I forgot what the BOI stands for, but it's something new. Something about money laundering.
It's new. It's new.
So you got to file.
He didn't do it a couple of years ago. Hold on, man.
Listen,
wasn't there a date on it?
Yes, you got to file it before the end of the year. Before the end of the year, look up. I can send both of y'all a link. BOI. And I forgot the.
Yo, my mom do everything for me, Leon. She my accountant, so she put me on game for all that.
Ask her about the BOI, then got to do it for the end of the year.
If there's something there, she knows.
Okay.
And she been doing it for 30 years, 35 years, man.
All right.
He need to get him an account. Stop doing this shit that he might see some tax credit.
You should be good then. But make sure y'all file that. It ain't
I like dude. I like it. Cool.
Hey, stop interrupting me, man.
So you ain't talking about that, Leon.
I'm trying to make it. I'm talking to Louise now. Look, it is nothing you have to file. You got to answer some questions about your business, your LLC. Anybody who has an LLC needs to file that or.
But you got to get better information though, Leon. You really don't know what you're talking about.
It's just
That's what I'm
BOI.
saying. That's what I'm saying. You got
Is it?
to think it more though, so you know what you're talking about. You can tell them.
I'm telling them to look it up. BOI. That's all you got to do.
Okay.
Look it up.
But you don't even know what it means.
Man, all you
Just
got to do
Look up the abbreviation. Look up the abbreviation.
look
BOI.
up BOI.
Yeah, look at that now. Online.
Look up
I'm gonna see
BOI.
you tomorrow. I'm gonna see you tomorrow anyway. Why we do it now?
That's all you got to do. Look up BOI. I know how to do mine, so I'm just trying to make him aware.
Yeah, make everybody aware, Leon.
I just told you said your mama got everything handled. You good.
I'm telling you that, but you trying to tell somebody else, you got to know what you're talking about.
I just told him. What else I need to tell him? BOI.
So you BOI.
Look up BOI.
What does BI mean?
He might understand it. Luis.
Yeah.
You look up BOI file.
Yeah, look it up online right now, Leon.
It
Let me see
says
if I can look it.
file before January 1, 2024. The deadline is January 1, 2025.
Yeah.
So
see, she looked it up. That's all the
on
information.
or
I
after.
give.
That's good. That's good information,
On or
Leon.
after, so he's good.
Good information, Leon.
BOI.
Yeah, filing. That's how you look that up.
It's a beneficial ownership information.
Hey,
Filing.
hey, boy.
All right, that's it. Louis, well, I'm gonna wait till he can come back on.
I have things to do.
Yeah, I'll read it here. I pulled it up.
You put it up. Okay.
Man, throw the goddamn ball, boy.
Glad you understood how to look that up, Luis.
Yeah, you supposed to give it to us, Leon. You giving us shit that you ain't know what you talking about.
He giving us.
You just know. You don't understand it.
He's giving us homework.
Hey, just because your mama doing your tax, you still need to understand what you're doing too.
Yeah, when it comes to fruition, she telling me something about I understand, but you saying some new stuff and you ain't know what you're talking about.
I said BOI. It's nothing. Listen. It's nothing that you have to file. It's no tax or nothing. You just giving information. That's all I said.
Yeah,
That's all you need to know.
Yeah. We ain't trying to get information.
You talk too much. You don't listen.
Nah, you ain't telling nobody nothing.
I just told him BOI. What are you not understanding? BOI.
So when you
BOI.
Leon,
Look it up. It's questions.
Leon, when you started off, man, you sound like you heard it from somebody else. You trying to give me some information somebody else told you. That's what it sounds like.
You slow. You hear everything you hear from somebody else. That's how you know.
No, but once you hear somebody else, you need to research before you give somebody else the information. They could be wrong.
I said, look up BOI. Something you have to file before the end of the year. You be paying money. That's simple. Look it up. What the letters mean? What the letters mean? Look it up. BOI. She just read it to you. I can look it up and read it.
Yeah, read it, man. That's what we're here for. We're trying to educate. You been asking all these crazy questions. You ain't asking that question.
Hey, Louis, glad to have it. Louis, glad to have you on. All right, Renee, we're glad to have
you. Asked that question I asked you earlier.
Thank you, Louise. So much.
I appreciate you guys.
You asked me to be on asking question to ask. You ain't asked none. I'm mad at you.
I don't remember. You should have sent them to me. You didn't even know you was gonna come on or not.
I said I had to work, but when I finished, I was coming on the junk. I knew he wasn't had nobody talking about nothing. You got an old coon. You had an old dude talking about nothing. And he's still a Democrat, 70 years old.
Leon,
but we already knew he won't talk about nothing, Leon.
I appreciate y'all. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Even Sean, I appreciate y'all.
Yes.
All right, man.
And remember, seize the opportunity to grasp your dreams. Peace.
Yes. Peace.